Alright everybody, welcome back to Tokened Up. We're coming back at you with another set review. This time I've got Dylan joining me up above me right there. And we're going to be going card by card because this is a normal size set. We're looking at 87 units. That's slightly bigger than average. Usually we're looking at like 70. But that's a lot of alternate cards. So not near as big as Lantern Legacy. So I think we're going to be confident going one by one. And we're going to be in it for a good time. Just to give you guys... and Dylan, because he was asking me before we start recording, how this is going to go. One unit at a time. We're going to read the entire card, top to bottom, let you know what the keywords are, the team-up cards, what the number is, the team abilities, and then we're going to tell you the starting line of the cards. Like for this Magneto you see on the screen here, we're just going to go 8, 11, 18, 3... And then I'm not going to bother going every single, time something changes. But what I will do is if there's a major thematic change in the dial, like for example, going from running shot down to force blast pulse wave, I'll let you guys know that just so the kind of goal of the character changes when certain powers change. Just so you have a good idea what's going on. But let's just kind of dive right in. Did you have any questions before we started, Dylan? That way you're on the same page as me.
Oh, I got her.
Wonderful.
Let's roll.
Yeah, I guess I'll get it started. We've got 001 Magneto. We've got the Xmen team ability. Our keywords are Brotherhood of Mutants, Xmen, Past Politician, Ruler, Past still a crazy threat. But for this lower rarity stuff, we're really just looking at a sealed environment because that's where we're going to get played the most. We have a trait called Xavier's Memory. For all characters with this trait, when an opposing character KOs a friendly character with the Xmen keyword, after resolutions you may replace Magneto with a character named Magneto of 100 points or less on the same click number. So just to break that down really quick, the opposing character KOs an X-Man on your team. And if that happens, then Magneto gets to swap with another Magneto. Okay, pretty solid. We'll have to keep an eye on the other Magnetos to know how that plays out. And then we have a special attack power. We have a right to live in this world. Telekinesis, double slash. Magneto may take range terrain actions as free. Really nice, a little secondary attack. We've got improved targeting hindering. We've got 4 range with 1 bolt. We do fly. And we're 8, 11, 18, 3 with sidestep, this special TK, barrier, and leadership. So overall, what you think, Dylan? Is this going to be a sealed threat?
Gives you a lot of powers you want in sealed. Got a pretty long dial. You can't be mad with leadership, Leadership flyer, PK. I like the trait. I like how they're starting to just use the names instead of like the exact figure they want, so it can go backwards and work with any Magneto over 100 points is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking especially for sealed, a flyer with sidestep already good.
Yep.
A stealth buster already good. 11 attack on a TK piece. I love looking at that because you can bring like standard objects into a sealed environment, so you're going to be making multiple attacks per turn with this guy if you want. He's a little bit soft at just 18 barrier.
Yeah,
but
stuff.
On a sidestep TK attacks twice per turn leadership piece, like I'll take that. That's totally fine, and it's all gravy if you just get another Magneto.
Yeah, 9 damage is a lot to sink in, so he's probably not going to get 1 turn.
Yeah, and the more damage they put into this, if they KO someone else first, whoop, into another Magneto. Yep. All right, but take us away with number 2.
All right, we got Jean Grey, 002. She's got the X-Men team ability, Hellfire Club, Phoenix Force, and X-Men keywords. She has a trait. We don't know when Sinister switched us. Jean Grey starts the game. You may replace her with an X-Men 97 Madeline Pryor on the same click number. If you don't, generate a Cyclops bystander. So she is... Oh, good.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's go ahead and get the bystander real quick.
You want to do the bystander? Okay.
Yeah, just while people are thinking about it.
So the bystander is actually real good. He's 5 range, 1 target, sidestep, precision, toughness, range combat expert, and he's a 6'10", 17-3.
So for range attacks, that's an 11
Yeah.
for 4 at 5 range out. Like, that's pretty good. Yep.
Yeah. And then Jean Grey herself, she's an 8'10", 17-2, mind control, double target, 4 range. She got TK, ESD, and prob. So 50-point prob is really nice. TK in sealed, so especially with that bystander, she's probably an autoplay in my opinion.
Yeah, it's very, very rare to get like a heavy range attacking bystander. Like the last really good one we got was like the gorilla from God knows how long ago.
Especially with movement attack, right?
Exactly. Like it is very, very hard to find a good range attacking bystander like that. And she's got TK, so like this bystander by default is getting 6 squares out.
Yeah.
Just from the TK and sidestep. Plus the prob on it. This is looking really good. It may be difficult to get this Jean involved herself, like with that mind control with only a 10 attack. But if you're playing this, it's for the bystander, right?
Bystander prob, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So Jean,
Flyer 2 doesn't hurt.
Absolutely. Jean Grey has a alternate card, the 002. The alternate card is still Xmen team ability, still Hellfire Club, Phoenix Force, Xmen. Is that all the same? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then we've got a different trait here, the telepathic network. Friendly characters with the Xmen keyword have safeguard, mind control. I imagine in sealed that's actually going to come up quite a bit. When a friendly character with the Xmen keyword is given a costed action, if Jean Grey has no action tokens, you may instead give the action token for that action to Jean. Okay, so you get like one chance to give the action token to Jean. And for people that aren't familiar with how action tokens work, if your character gets assigned a token at any point on your turn, they can no longer clear. It's not just like an infinite sync. Jean Grey will get one, and then we'll have to wait a turn, and then clear, and then once she has no token, she can do it again. So that's not going to come up as often as it might look, because you're only going to get one every like other turn at best. Her second trait, Mind Control, is free, but only if Jean Grey has 2 action tokens. A double slash, when Jean Grey uses Mind Control, if a friendly character is named Storm, after resolutions, deal each hit character 1 penetrating damage. She's got the exact same stat line as the other Jean, so you're not getting different stats, you're just getting different traits. And if we haven't already said it, do you want to give us the breakdown for alternate cards, Dylan?
So yeah, the alternate cards kind of work same as the team up card. You just replace the card when you start the game. And you can have as many as you want. There doesn't matter about sharing names or anything like that.
Yeah, so especially in a sealed environment, if you happen to get both, I imagine that you essentially only switch to this Jean Grey if you see a really heavy mind control team on the other side. Like, personally, even if I have a Storm, I don't think this Jean is getting... You basically have like one big swing turn, right? Like the very first turn, your main attacker goes up. Let's say it's Storm, just for argument. Storm does a hit, gives the token back to Jean, which means Jean didn't use TK to do this, right? Like she had to have nothing. Jean can still technically take an action on this turn because she hasn't actually taken an action. She's just gotten a token. So then she could do a costed mind control. And then now she has 2 actions. And then now she can mind control as free. So there's a dream, Disneyland world here.
Yeah.
Where you get 2 double target mind controls off. Both the people that you hit also get 1 penetrating damage once the mind control is completed. I can see the dream. But I'm going to default to that Cyclops bystander.
Yeah, it's far away. You got to get her in position. You got to hit with a 10 attack. Like, there's a lot of ifs.
Like, literally, it's got to be for the safeguard mind control, right? Like, if the other person has some crazy, high rarity pull or you're getting Professor X'd across the map or something, I'm defaulting the bystander if I have a choice.
And these cards are only coming on top of the brick, so you're only getting one per brick.
Really,
so
they're not in the packs.
No, they're not. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've actually played with some of these, right? Or you're about to?
Yeah, tonight. Yeah.
Okay. So I thought they were just going to be in the packs.
I watched a bunch of. No, unfortunately not, which sucks because there's a lot of them, and yeah.
Okay, so in sealed, you're not going to have to worry about then, because no one's going to be able to play with that card on top of the
unless
the brick, right?
I don't know how venues do it, but I imagine they'd use that for prizing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like how ours does, but.
Well, take us away with Cyclops then.
Right on. So we got a 50-point Cyclops here. He's got Xmen team ability as per everyone in the set, basically. Starjammers, Xmen, Marksman, nice. Trick arrows, martial artist, nice. That's a tomb, penetrating damage.
Yo, good shout out. I forget about a tomb.
Yeah. So he has a trait, see you on the ground. At the beginning of your second turn, you may place Cyclops up to 4 squares away from your starting area. If you do, place up to 7 friendly characters with the Xmen keyword adjacent to him. Give each other character placed this way an action token. So, mass carry with his black. What's the jet called?
The Blackbird, I think?
Black Hawk? Blackbird,
yep.
Yeah. That's a super cool trait. That might make him playable in silver, maybe even modern.
Well, what's crazy about that? Actually, I'll save my theory crafting here for after you do the whole card.
After I think,
yeah.
And then he has an attack power, which is just knockback. Pretty lame. Could have did a little bit more with that, but we got targeting through blocking, 5 range, 1 target. He's an 8, 11, 18, 3, running shot. The special power knockback, willpower, and leadership whole dial. So another Cyclops with weak defense, but he does something very unique. Late down dial, he gets actually pen blast and 4 damage, which is pretty nice if he can make it there.
Yeah, if he doesn't blow right past it. But with he's 7 clicks long, 6 clicks of life. So there's a good chance you're going to get hit for like 3, 4, 5, and then just be sitting on that last little bit of the dial.
Yeah, and there's 2 clicks of it, so could happen.
But
there's a chance.
When I see a trait like that, like obviously you could, let's say you went first. If you wanted to, you could basically just pass. The other team goes, and then for you, you say, okay, Cyclops is going up 4. I'm going to place my Colossus, my what's the Sidorak dude, Juggernaut, all of my big charge characters that need that help getting across the map. You can then place them adjacent, so you're going 1 square forward. So they're starting the game, essentially getting multiple free TKs if you've got people that need to run up there. Or the flip side, which may not be as apparent, but there's no requirement for this Cyclops to be in the starting area for this. So if you went second, right? Like let's say if you and I were playing, you went first, you moved up like 3 or 4 squares, got in position, right? So I'm going second. I take the challenge, I TK my big dudes up, they run across the map, Juggernaut's hitting like your whole team, whatever. You get a turn to try to kill that Juggernaut. And then on my turn, it's now my second turn, even though we've both done actions. So Cyclops can now do this ability and yoink him from across the map all the way back to my starting area if I need to heal him back up or just get him out of harm's way.
Yeah, so, kind of interesting.
So that's both offensive and defensive.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got that big attacker that can survive a turn just getting ran up. So
send him out, bring him back in, heal him up.
It's a cross map yo-yo if you're trying to do those big Juggernaut plays, which I think is freaking sick. In sealed, it's probably just a free TK for like the majority of your team, but that's fine.
Yeah, leadership though, 50 points leadership. Leadership's super important in sealed. So
running shot, destroy, blocking as well. Like you're not hiding behind anything in sealed.
Yeah.
But let me hit the alternate card here. This is the 003 Cyclops alternate. We've got the Xmen team ability, Starjammers, Xmen, Marksman, Martial Artist, Pilot, Vehicle. Are those all the same? They are. We've got some new traits here. What'd you expect? Black leather? I love the continuation of that joke. When establishing theme teams, you may choose a friendly character to gain the Xmen keyword. This game, that character has the Xmen team ability. Already solid. Since they can't play with these alternate cards in sealed, I guess we need to address these as like a modern consideration.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really make sense otherwise. So, Xmen keyword cheating. Generically good. We've got quite a few Xmen that exist right now. We've got Let's Show These Toasters as a special attack power. We've got Pinsai, Double Slash. When Cyclops or an adjacent friendly character with the Xmen keyword attacks, characters with colossal size or the robot or sentinel keywords can't use stop. We still have that destroy blocking, and the entire dial's the same. So starting the game with Pin Blast instead of just knockback, I think is just an upgrade. Now that those marksman and martial artist keyword matter a lot, we don't have any offensive arrows left for marksman because most of those got rotated. And I do like that the ignore stop works with adjacent friendly characters with the Xmen keyword. So you can take whatever character you want, some of the best range attackers in the game, even Hadari Yao still has the Xmen keyword, so keep her in mind when you're looking at a bunch of these. She's still modern legal. And now you have any range attacker in the game that's ignoring stops. Actually, it's not even range attacks. Stop. It's any attack. So as long as this Cyclops is up there, adjacent to whoever's doing the hit, you're good. On, of course, colossal characters, robots, or sentinels.
Colossal's a big one, though. There's a lot of
Colossal's huge, right?
Yeah.
So overall, I'm going to say this character might have a place of... This is willpower down here, right? Yeah. So he works with Will of the Green to keep him alive. He works... Fortify is going to hit off on this dude more than anybody else because he's got no reducer. So there's a real chance that there's some tools in Modern to keep him up. But this is going to be a very specific meta call. Or there needs to be a lot of big benefits to running a pure X-Men team. If both of those things exist, he's got a place. If even one of them doesn't, like let's say your venue doesn't really use colossal characters for some reason, like if that's just like a friendly rule thing, we use normal size characters for fun, then maybe this guy is just going to stick in the box.
Nope. No big boys here, man.
Yeah. You're bringing a robot team? Get out of here.
Get that sentinel out of my face.
Yeah. But go ahead and give us a Leech.
So Leech is 004, Morlocks, X-Men keywords. He's got a special damage power. Leech can help. He's got Outwit, Double Slash. Characters within 4 squares can't use team abilities. So it's just characters. That means your own. But at 15 points, he is probably going to be one of the most meta pieces in this set. He's got Stealth, Blank, attack power. He's got Mastermind for defense, and that special damage power. He's a 6'9", 17-1. It sounds weird to say 1 for damage. That's funny.
Yeah,
it
does.
Just Outwitter that says, I don't care about your Power Cosmic.
Yeah, shutting off Power Cosmic, shutting off Avengers, which is, everywhere with the passive Avengers teams. Mystics. Shutting off Mystics is huge, especially in this set where it doesn't seem like we got a lot of reducers. I think this character is going to be one of the few in our common, uncommon, and rare section here that has more modern playability than sealed. Because I really don't want to burn one of my sealed picks on Leech unless I just don't have Outwit anywhere. But Mastermind on a 15-point figure is tough, especially with only 2 keywords. Because Morlocks and X-Men is going to come up all the time in Sealed. But in Modern, if you're just throwing Leech on the team just to shut off, like to help out your Alpha Strike, like if you're dropping Leech in their face, he's shutting off Power Cosmic, you're outwitting the defense, and then everything else is just blasting. That's going to be great. And then Leech is gone.
Turn?
Yeah, and then Leech is gone because he's got no person to mastermind 2 at this low point value. I don't know if the King Bystander is still in Modern. The one from the 20-point one?
Yeah, I believe he is, yeah.
Oh, no, he's 20 points, so he doesn't work either. I was thinking you might be able to mastermind to him and then have him kill a different Bystander to keep himself alive, but at only 15 points, you can't even do that. Like, you're really strapped for options here.
Give him the Destroyer armor.
I think you just pair him with one of those big X-Men figures like the Juggernaut we were talking about. Just hit that guy instead, please.
Yeah.
Super solid, though. Let's go to Gambit. 005. Gambit X-Men team ability. We have Horseman, X-Men, Assassin, and Spy for keywords. Spy is surprisingly deep in Modern. Assassin has kind of fallen off with the rotation recently, but we're looking at this for Sealed, and as far as Sealed goes, I just care about X-Men. The trait is the name is Gambit Mon Ami. When Gambit is KO'd by an opposing character, after resolutions, you may deal damage to that character equal to the number of standard characters in your KO area. If that character has Colossal Size, the Robot or Sentinel keyword, the damage dealt is penetrating, and this is Protected Pulse Wave, which is nice. We've got 2 starting lines. I should say that he's 4 range triple bolts. Just standard speed here. He's not a flyer or anything. The 70-point line starts with Running Shot, Energy Explosion, Senses, and Perplex, which I think this is the first Perplex we've seen.
Yep.
In the lower line, we lose the Senses to go to Willpower, and we lose the Perplex. 8, 10, 18, 3 up top, 6, 10, 17, 2 on the lower line. And then we basically, the back half of the dial, we switch into a charge piece instead of a running shot piece, gaining Precision Strike, and then on the last 2 clicks, we actually get Exploit. His last click is 6, 12, 16, 3 damage Exploit. So he's not bad there at the back end of the dial. You can't just hit him once to get him off running shot and leave him there. Like, he is still a threat.
Yeah, you can't leave a Exploit laying around.
Nah, you can't. And up top, we're triple bolts running shot energy explosion. No improved targeting, but that kind of energy explosion turn where you're hitting their entire team for 2 damage is a pretty big deal. What do you think? For Sealed, are you playing him top dial or bottom dial here?
Definitely top dial. At least he has some kind of defense. Perplex is always nice. You get at least an 11 attack, but doesn't have great range, right? 4 movement, 4 range.
Yeah,
I'm hoping there's something better to pick from, but it's not a terrible third choice, you know?
Yeah, because if we look at Cyclops and Jean here, because these are our other range attackers, Cyclops is 5 range, Jean is 4, Magneto is also 4. So 4 seems to be where we're going to sit for most of this set. Because Cyclops is usually the X-Men with the longest range, like him and Storm seem to sit up at those higher numbers. And if Psych is only sitting at 5 with the Marksman keyword of all things, I think this is going to be a very low range, very scrappy set. The Sealed environment is going to be a lot about, close movement and using the map if you're going to use ranged attackers. So just something to keep an eye on, I guess.
Alright, we got Jubilee, X-Men Teamwork, Team Ability, Mojoverse, and X-Men. They're not giving a ton of keywords out on these guys. 006A, she has a special attack power called I'm Totally Done with Malls. It's a great one. Energy Explosion, Double Slash. Jubilee deals penetrating damage to opposing characters with the robot keyword. That's going to come up a lot. She has some improved targeting through hindering, which is always good to see. Double bolts, which is also awesome. Running shot. That special damage power, whole dial, ESD, and 3 damage. She's a 6, 11, 17, 3 with ESD as well. I don't know if I said that, but end of the dial, she gets sidestep, 18 defend, which could be decent in sealed, but in the set, pretty good. Energy explosion pen if your opponent's packing some sentinels.
Well, that, and I know that from what we've seen so far, there's not a lot of reducers. Like the Xmen that reduce damage very obviously do so, right? Like your big Colossus type characters, but most of the other Xmen don't normally get that kind of defense power. Like maybe a toughness. Yeah, so I think energy explosion might be pretty solid in this set.
There's going to be a lot of paper characters. Just rip right through them.
Yeah, a bit of ESD floating around too. So I like seeing the lower defense numbers. Like as much as I enjoy having to hit like a 21 or 22 defense,
who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. It really just gets me excited when I have those numbers, not when I'm seeing them on the other side. So especially I like that they're just lowering down that bar, just set after set, so that way we get back to like a 10 attack in the set's probably not going to be a bad thing. Like some of these characters are going to be just easier to hit.
It's always nice just to do if you're going to give them ESD or close combat, right? Give them a 17, and then you have to be strategic about where they get that plus defense. So
absolutely. And then I was kind of laughing at your call out for the keywords, because I can't think of what other keyword I would give Jubilee or the X-Men in general. Like they're so close knit as like a group.
Yeah, they're kind of their own universe, man.
Yeah, the only other thing I'd give them is like soldier, but I don't want to joke. Celebrity could be, but I don't want to joke about the X-Men being a bunch of child soldiers.
Child soldiers,
kind of messed up.
Tough look.
But let me take a look at her alternate card before I get myself in trouble with the algorithm. This is the Jubilee alternate card, Mojoverse X-Men. Keeping the X-Men team ability. That seems to be pretty standard. Like none of that seems to change between these that we've seen so far.
Useless team ability.
Maybe. If they just make it free or, heal 2 or something, I think there's some chances. And I don't know this set, so maybe there's something floating around in it.
Let's see.
We've got the extra life trait. When Jubilee starts the game, add an extra life token to your sideline. When Jubilee would be KO'd, you may remove an extra life token from your sideline. If you do, instead turn her to click 2. Okay.
That's cool.
This dial's not crazy, so I don't know how big of a deal it is to keep this Jubilee alive. But anything that makes my points secure, like if I'm going to risk putting a 40-point piece of paper onto this team that has no like reducer or anything, her suddenly going from a 5-click long dial to a, what would that be then? An 8-click long dial? Because you KO her, she comes back on to... Sorry, 9-click long, because then she's got 4 more clicks till she KOs. 40 points for 9 clicks of life is a lot. And then we've got her special attack power, the whole dial, energy explosion, pin psi, double slash. When Jubilee hits with a range attack, hit characters have a range of 0 until your next turn. Sorry, my cat's freaking out behind me. That's pretty solid.
Pretty unique, yeah. Always cool seeing stuff like that.
I think it'll take a little bit of creative use to really get some juice out of in Modern, but if you get hit by this one time as like a really range-focused team, as like your big characters, you're going to have no options. Like that turn is gone now.
Yeah, you're cooked. Even your outwit to try to outwit this attack power.
I think your only recourse is Pulse Wave. Because Pulse Wave just turns off... Actually, I don't even know if this works against Pulse Wave. I would have to double check that first, because if the range of Pulse Wave is 0...
But Pulse Wave, I think, is range 4, right?
Yeah, but this is a replacement effect, so you would immediately replace that 4 with a 0. Other characters within range can't. Yeah, because Pulse Wave is other characters within range. So I really don't even think that Pulse Wave gets you out of this, because your range is 0. So you can't even shut this off anymore.
Be interested to see how that works, because yeah, it's power action range and then range 0. So does that, when you activate that, do you automatically get that range 4 then?
Yeah, because I think it's 2 replacement effects on top of each other. So I'll double check and then put it at the end of the video or in a comment how multiple replacement effects on top of each other would stack. Because I'm pretty sure it's friendly effects first, so you would replace your stuff with 4, and then the opposing effect would happen next, because they're not the turn player, and immediately put you right back down to 0. But maybe a judge call would help us out in the comments. But take us over to the B side of Jubilee.
Another Jubilee. Same keywords, same team ability. She is 006B, but she's not a prime. She has a trait called Blinded by the Light. Stealth, double slash, opposing characters within range cannot use improved targeting hindering. So that's can be useful for sure. She's got a long dial, 6 clicks for 25 points. She has 5 range, single target. She's a 5, 10, 17, 3. Sidestep the whole dial. She's got some smoke cloud, which is tough. Only 1 click of willpower. They didn't want to give her too many of those clicks of willpower. And then shape change to ESD down dial. It's a tough play. Like, I mean, I guess if you really need the turn off.
It's in sealed. Like in sealed, my problem with this is that this is one of my picks.
That ain't it.
Because like the character itself is like, okay, who cares? And sealed's lower powered, but you only get so many picks of characters. Like this is taking the place of someone else.
She's not doing anything.
Yeah, you're right. She's not. But
like not one single thing.
And this might be one of the. I was gonna say this might be one of the only characters where I actually power action Smoke Cloud, which is already not great.
I mean,
like if I could just freely throw this character onto a sealed team and not affect anything else about who picked what, sure, I'd do it every time. It's just free, right? Like this doesn't make my team worse, but I don't think it makes it better by any measurable margin either.
You're still taking, like an action, especially if you don't have leadership. To take an action to do Smoke Cloud is tough, for sure. But if the points work out and you are 25 points short, why not? Yeah,
or if if this is the last pick in the pack, and this gets, which I imagine she's probably going to be, when that pack rotates back around to you, if you're doing like a that kind of sealed where you're picking and passing, I could see this having some kind of an effect. If the rest of your characters already have stealth, and you're just using her to keep you in stealth while you're moving up the field because you have all these low range values. But that's a reach in and of itself.
It's a weird design choice to give her a B, but not make it more powerful or different. And like I don't know. It's a weird B to me. Like they don't play with each other. It's just like
because normally Bs are like the more powerful version of the character, but this
or
almost
like a swift dial or like something unique, right?
This almost reminds me of like early Jubilee when she's basically like Wolverine's sidekick, where all she really does is just the sparkle to blind people,
sparkle to get people.
Yeah, so I think that's the vibe of this figure of just using Smoke Cloud to be the sparkle here. But
I would much rather loved a beast in a coat and then like a beat dial beast like in action mode, right? Like it's
exactly.
Yeah.
But let me jump to beast.
Yeah.
We've got 007. We've got the Xmen team ability. Xmen, animal, and scientists are the keywords. I think this is the first scientist we've seen, so keep that in mind. There's a lot of modern stuff to do with scientists. I think that's pronounced Mnemonic Scrambler is the trait. When Beast attacks, targeted characters with the colossal size, robot, or sentinel keywords can't positively modify their combat values until your next turn. So keep in mind this is on target. So once you beat the shape change, then all their combat values are just what you see on the dial. So you don't, like, this isn't on hit or anything. It's immediate once the target's successful. We have the special damage power, salutations and welcome, outwit and support. We have the improved movement, characters, and elevated, 0 range, 1 bolt, just normal speed here. We have 2 lines, 60 and 30. At the 60 line, we're starting at 7, 10, 18, and 3. And that's sidestep, precision, super senses, and this special outwit support power. We only have 1 click of this special power. And then the low line is a charge blades piece, 8, 11, 18, 2. And this is the only other click that we get this special outwit power on. So pretty interesting. It looks like if you're playing them at 60, it's almost purely for this outwit support and senses. Like you're just kind of keeping him alive for outwit. And if you're playing him at 30, he's actually a bit of a threat. Like he's in the fight, charging in. We only have 1 click of blades though, and 1 click of outwit. And I don't know if you're a fan of outwit on your melee characters, but it has always led to ruin for me. Like I essentially, you can't do a defensive outwit because you're just going to get hit and immediately lose it.
Yeah. But yeah, for 30 points, like that's a decent little package for sure.
Yeah, and I imagine where this beast is going to really shine is in like a team sealed environment, or like you're playing with a brick and you're distributing like quite a few characters and there's going to be like some left over and you actually need to hit like 300 points. Sneaking on this beast onto a team is just a cheeky little support piece that can also get in for an outwit. Might be really good. Because I could totally see carrying this beast up with someone else, using beast outwit to shut them off, and then following up with another attack.
It's real tough for the 60-point line. They didn't give you more clicks of that special damage power. Like, why not give it 2, 3, right?
Yeah. Especially because if you, for whatever reason, if you wanted to use the, Xmen actual power action, like any of these characters where I see only 1 click of something, tells me that in the X-Men set, I can't even afford to use that team ability. Which, granted, I think they know that no one's really doing that anyway.
The support is just 1,000 times better. Like it's
it is
insane.
But give us the alt card for Beast here.
Alright, so yeah, same keywords. A007. He has a couple traits here. A beautiful involuntary friendship. When Beast hits a character with robot or sentinel keyword with a close attack, after illusions he may use mind control as free, but only to target that character. That's pretty cool. Another double attack, but it's very just robot sentinel. So.
And we haven't seen any of those yet, so we don't know how frequent those are going to be.
Yeah. And then he has another one. Look for the helpers. Yeah. Okay. Friendly characters with X-Men team ability, when they use it, if they have the X-Men team ability printed on their team base, instead of rolling a d6, the result is 6. Cool. So you just don't hurt yourself for healing 1. And then he has the same outwit perplex and same dial. So. Not too exciting, in my opinion. What do you think?
I imagine... Now, I don't know what character this would matter for, but I imagine there's probably some character in Silver that cares about seeing 6s on dice rolls. And if that's the case, then something like this might find a spot on those teams where you can essentially guarantee that whatever effect I'm looking for, I can make it on demand. So there might be something there if you have the Silver knowledge that I'm missing and you can find it. But
rallies, like for Madam Web, just rolling 6s and stacking up her rally die or something like that.
Does that
But
work on rolling for a team ability? Like, I thought that was a
instead of
tax.
rolling. No, well, it depends on what her rally die is, but there's friendly, opposing, and both. So
Oh, I don't know. I
hers
didn't
is
play
probably
with.
opposing.
Yeah, I didn't play with rallies, but I assumed that rallies were just attacks. But if it's any time you roll a d6, like I said, that kind of effect might be the home for this guy. But other than that, like if you're sitting down to play like an Xmen 97 game and the person sitting across from you is like, haha, sentinels, then something like this could matter. But even in silver, like if you're playing against like a master mold team where you know everything's going to be sentinels, I still don't think this beast finds a place. Just because there's better versions of 30-point outwit. And this is outwit perplex, not so you don't have the support of the other card. And I think support is harder to fit on most teams. Like, it's just easier to slip in perplex and outwit and stuff like that with the plethora of options we have from like equipment to put those into the game. So we'll just have to keep an eye out on the sentinel and robot stuff, because they need to be really, really good for me to bother putting in characters specifically to counter them. But the sentinels have to be not good enough for me to just decide to play sentinels instead. Like, there's going to be a very specific balancing act that's required for me to be looking at that. Would you agree with that, or where are you at, Dylan?
Yeah, I agree for sure. I was looking at rally too, and yeah, you're right. It is just for attack rolls. Rip my build, you know.
It's all right. There's probably something else that just cares about seeing sixes on dice.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go to Prime Sentinel. This is the 008, the first Sentinel we're seeing. We've got the Underworld team ability. I love to see that. Sentinel and Robot keywords. We have the Expendable Goon trait, Why Resist the Inevitable. When Prime Sentinel is KO'd by an opposing character, after resolutions you may roll a d6. On a 1 through 3, give the character who KO'd them an action token. 4 through 6, generate a character with an Expendable Goon trait on its 15-point starting line adjacent to a friendly character. So this is the Goon trait we're familiar. There's plenty of Expendable Goon traits to go through. Let's look at why we might want this one. The 50-point starting line. We've got 4 range, 1 bolt. This guy does fly, which is important for a Goon. 6, 11, 18, 2 with sidestep, super strength, great combo, invuln, and close combat expert. So at the 50-point line, bit of a close attacker, bit of a taxi piece. At the 15-point line, we've got 6, 10, 17, 2. Still sidestep flight on a Goon at 15 points, which is awesome. Quake, 17 willpower, and then the shape change at the bottom. Do we have a Goon that's sidestep flight?
I don't believe so. I have the Goon. We got again the dinos in this set too. So Monsieur doesn't fly. I'll take a look while you're.
Yeah, because that's just that ability alone for a 15-point Goon is worth it. And then having shape change is great. And then for the actual Goon ability itself, if the Goons are really good for tempo. Like, if you're covering the map with these small characters that replace themselves, then if the other person sinks attacks into them to get them out of the field, and they just get 15 points and another one shows up, well, then they've wasted that action, essentially. Like, they haven't actually made progress. They've just put 15 points onto their, the KO area. So, KOing this Goon and giving an extra action token just puts you even further ahead on tempo if you don't actually generate that new character. So I think no matter what this rolls, you're very happy with this because you're slowing down the enemy game plan that much more. You're forcing them to start clearing. You're forcing them to have to succeed leaderships and things like that to keep that character going, and you can't rely on that. So I'm really happy with this Sentinel. I think it's going to be very effective, and if the other expendable Goons in the set are even half this good, this is going to be a real consideration.
And goons are great because you can use them still with the Spider-Verse set. I think most of the
Mm-hmm.
other ones have rotated. Oh, Collectors, Thieves Guild member, and Collector's Trove.
Yo, I
But yeah,
always forget about that one.
looking back, there is a sidestep, a tracksuit, but he has Underworld, so similar but harder to pull off. So yeah, that sidestep carry will be nice for sure with the flight.
Yeah, thanks for double checking that one. You want to take the next Sentinel?
We are Sentinel Technician. He has the Underworld as well. He is 009. He as well has the expendable goon trait, Operation Zero Tolerance. His is when he 1 through 3 generate a character named Prime Sentinel of 15 points or less on its starting line adjacent to a friendly character. And then 4 through 6 generate another expendable goon. So that's kind of cool. You can generate other Prime Sentinels as carriers. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, so no matter what you roll, you're creating another goon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that too, right? It's
Yeah, there's
but
no lose here.
He's a tough play here. He at his 50-point line, he's stealth, poison, mastermind, and support, and he's a 6'9", 17-1 with 0 range, 1 bolt, lower dial, stealth, poison, mastermind, and support as well. So, I mean, 15-point support's not bad. 15 defense is insane though. That's just gonna get blown off the map by literally any figure. But I mean, if you get them, you can generate other Prime Sentinels.
Well, what might be cool here is that we lost the White Rabbit goon, which, as we saw from one of the Canadian events, it was the cheapest support to have in Modern, and so we saw. I forget the name of the player that used the Morlun team. Use that White Rabbit goon to really good effect to keep healing Morlun from across the field, generating more bystanders on the other side of the map, and to keep that pressure going. This Sentinel Tactician performs that same role and doesn't have the robot keyword. Importantly, it's Sentinel and Scientist for this one. And Scientist is a much, much easier keyword to use Mastermind with. There's so many Scientists in the game. It's probably the biggest keyword in Modern right now. So if that's specifically what you're looking for, cheap support, and for whatever reason you can't use like I think one of the rings gives support. Is it Indigo?
Indigo, yeah.
Yeah. If you don't have room for the equipment because all your characters are using things and you just need 15-point support, this could be it. I mean, and it's got Underworld, so even though it's only got 5 speed and stealth, you can still carry another Scientist or another Sentinel. Not great if you're just looking for a generic goon. This is probably going to be the last one I reach for.
Yeah.
But if you need what this guy offers, and he offers it uniquely, then suddenly he's at the top of the list. So I do enjoy them making characters like this that have a very specific niche that they fill.
And having a cool fail, right?
Yeah, like that.
You're
oh
generating
my God.
either way.
You can't lose.
Yeah.
But I'll go to Friend of Humanity. Looks like another expendable goon, 010. This is the Underworld team ability. Sentinel and Brute are the 2 keywords. Brute keyword is getting even more support, which I like to see. They're barely playable as a team right now. Kind of missing a few things here and there, so maybe this set will flush it out a little bit. The expendable goon trait is Tolerance is Extinction. When Friend of Humanity is KO'd by an opposing character, after resolutions you may roll a d6. 1 through 3, deal the character who KO'd them 1 damage. If that character has the Xmen team ability, the damage dealt is unavoidable. On a 4 through 6, you're going to generate another character with the expendable goon trait. How you feeling on this one? Punishing Xmen for being Xmen.
I mean, it's very thematic.
That's true. We've got 0 range, double bolts. 50-point starting line starts with 6 speed sidestep, 11 attack blades, 17 defense toughness, and 2 damage empower. And then if we go down to the 15-point starting line, we're 6 attack flurry, 12 attack in cap, 16 defense reflexes, and 0 damage empower. I don't know about flurry in cap double bolts. Like, I don't think you're getting that off very often. And it's an 18 defense from close, so maybe this character carries you into the fray, drops you off, you have empower. And then next turn, if they survive your flurry in capping, like flurry in cap is
situational.
Yeah,
it could be good. It could be huge, though.
I was gonna say I don't want to say it's bad, because if you're double tokening people with a 12 attack turn after turn, like if this character locks you down, you're never getting out. Like 12 attack, sure you have to hit the attack, but once you clear and you're on 0 and it's my turn again, I'm like, yep, flurry in cap. Let's just go. Let's see if I can lock you down again.
It's a 15-point piece, right? So it's
the high is very high.
That's enough for just empower. I'm happy with.
I think the only way this character is better for what they do is if they were tiny, just so I could carry them more easily.
Yeah, but it's tough to get in position.
But there's a lot of flyers. Like, you can carry this person no problem. And especially having empower as a brute and giving this kind of in-cap style to that keyword that doesn't normally have a tool like this could be good. And I like that this playstyle is only available on the 15-point line. So if another goon gets KO'd and you generate this dude right next to their attacker, that is a very good call-in.
That's what I was going to say. She's better as a swap, because then she's already should be in position,
I'm for it.
Yeah.
That takes us to Wolverine boss.
Wow. First Wolverine in the set. It's crazy that it took 11 characters to get to Wolverine,
I mean, we just had Deadpool Wolverine set.
No. More Wolverine, then. More Wolverine. So we got Xmen team ability. Awesome. We love it. 0011. He is Alpha Flight, Weapon X, Xmen, Brute, Soldier. I think this is the character with the most keywords so far. Yeah, and
interestingly, Wolverine, everyone we've seen recently has had the Assassin keyword. So switching that out for Soldier, I think is probably better in the current meta.
So he has a trait, Rapid Healing, when Wolverine uses X-Men team ability after resolutions heal in 1 click. So now he's just healing 1 click and not taking the damage. So it's still... I still hate it. I mean, for how his dial's set up, it could be interesting, but...
if there's ever a way to do it for free, it becomes good. Until then, it's like the last thing you're doing on your turn.
So he has a special defense power, taking hits for the team, invulnerability, double slash. Friendly characters with the X-Men keyword can use Mastermind, but only to choose Wolverine. So that is very good. He has a very long dial, 9 clicks for 60 points. Or you have 5 for 35. He's got sidestep, precision, that special defense power, and naked damage. He's a 7, 10, 18, 3. And down dial he gets some regen blades and leap climb, which is nice for saving him with web swing if we want to, but doesn't seem kind of like the target we want to use that on.
Especially because Mastermind gets around it. So if this is the character I'm masterminding to, and you decide to attack this character instead, I don't think I'm ever web swinging Wolverine, because I wanted him to take the damage anyway. So if you're just going to hit him, you're just saving me the extra step.
If he gets to his last couple clicks, you could web swing him, regen him next turn, get him back up. But
that's got some plays to it.
Yeah, it's cool to see Wolverine designed as not a damage character, though. I like the design of just him there taking damage. It's pretty unique.
Yeah, this is tank Wolverine, and I like that he's still brute, so you can put the +1 longsword on him. He's still doing Wolverine things, and he's just that much harder KO.
9 clicks for 60s. Awesome.
That is fantastic, and especially because all you care about is the person next to you is X-Men keyword. So I could definitely see someone like Storm or any of the other like hefty range attackers that aren't very durable. Just carry this dude with you, and then it doesn't matter. Like someone's gonna have to double attack you to get around it. But I think this Wolverine's solid. I'd be excited to see this Wolverine in a pack.
Yeah, he's pretty unique for sure.
Especially with this Jean Grey, because this Cyclops bystander is going to have all her keywords. So suddenly, Cyclops masterminding over to Wolverine, and now your bystander can't die.
Masterminding the Pog, yeah.
That's crazy work.
So funny. Yeah. I'm jealous. Jealous of the next one you get to do.
Let's see here. We've got the 011B. This isn't a common Wolverine. This is actually a... Is that Chase, right?
Yeah.
Chase
so it's kind of
common, yep.
The same thing they did in MASH with Absorbing Men.
Yeah, because he had the Uru metal one. This is same team ability. We got X-Men, Alpha Flight, Weapon X, X-Men, Brute, and Soldier. Is that all the same keywords? Yep. We've got this explosive sprint speed power, charge, but don't have speed if a friendly character is named Gambit, / carry 1. Then we've got kinetically charged claws as a special attack power, blades, claws, fangs. When Wolverine uses it, after resolutions deal damage equal to half the result to all opposing characters other than the target within 3 squares. Then knock back all opposing characters within 3 squares. I'm not going to attempt to extrapolate how that works with Ares, because the language is written as if Blades only works on single targets, and we know that in Modern that's not the case. So I'm going to leave that to any kind of judge to tell me how that's supposed to work. But in Sealed, if you pull this, you're going crazy. 60 points for that same 9 clicks. 10, 12, 18, 3. With this special full speed charge if you got Gambit. With this special Blades, it's also doing half the damage to everyone else within 3 squares. You get that the whole dial, by the way, that special attack. Like, you never getting off of it. And then you've also got Imperv top dial, which with Animal Man floating around, that is easily Imperv invincible. This character is nuts.
I do have one major problem with it.
What you got?
And that is the sculpt. This is one of the coolest scenes in the show where he's running, Gambit's on his back, charging up his claws, and it is insane shame we did not get that sculpt. So I'm glad we got the figure. The pink claws are awesome, but
you can barely see it in that pic. Is the pink claws.
I like the sculpt. He's just walking with one claw out. It's really cool. But for a chase, that iconic scene, man, we needed that sculpt. It's insane. So big match.
Hopefully we get an actual iconic set for 97, and they do duo figures of all of the like team ups that exist throughout the 97 universe. That'd be really, really cool.
This would have been the set to do it, man.
That's fair. But play style wise, this dude is gonna be a monster.
Oh yeah, very cool.
But the next one's on you, 012.
Oh, another rogue standing there doing rogue stuff. So tired of rogue. She has a different team ability, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and X-Men team ability. 0012. She's got Brotherhood of Mutants, Savage Alliance, X-Men, and Politician. That's a weird one for her to have. She has Let Me Borrow This Sugar. Free. Give an adjacent friendly character up to 2 action tokens. For each action token given, choose a standard power that they can use. Rogue can use the chosen powers until she chooses again. So, that's pretty cool. Different way to get her to get powers. Nice to steal from your friends instead of enemies, so you can do that before you go into battle. Her stat line is 3 range, 1 bolt. She's a 10, 11, 18, 3. Charge, toughness, and close combat expert. She has a 65 and 50 point line. For 50, she keeps everything the same except for she drops to a 10 attack and she has 3 exploit. And then down dial, she's got some flurry, steel energy, which is nice to see down dial, and some battle fury. But what do you think of this iteration of Rogue?
It very much. I grew up on like the Fox Universe X-Men, and I will never forget Rogue standing on the porch with Bobby on one side and Pyro on the other, and her just touching both and being able to use everything. And that's kind of what this reminds me of. But I do like, just gameplay wise, being able to give out action tokens, combos with some of the other things we've already seen. I think it's one of these Jean Greys that gets a free action if they've got 2 action tokens. And so that kind of interset like combinations, I really like to see. Especially if they're not immediately apparent. Like if you're sitting at the game and going, shoot, what are my options? And then you see that this works together the way you want it to. That's a hallmark of kind of good design.
Yeah, I do like how they changed up the borrowing powers from allies instead of enemies or hit characters, or It's a cool tweak.
Yeah, very, very sweet. And the Savage Land keyword I don't imagine is very deep, but I do like that they keep throwing that to Rogue.
Yeah, so you got 7 in the set, and then Craven from Smash and Destroy, and Plunderer from Black Panther. So that's a sick team there, man.
Alright, I'll take the alternate card. The alternate card's actually an uncommon instead of a common. This is all the same keywords, it looks like, and we get a new set of traits like we've seen already. I will not see any more mutants die. Unique modifier. Friendly characters that share a keyword with Rogue modify defense +1 for each character in your KO area that shares a keyword with Rogue. Now, normally, unique modifiers mean that you're not able to activate it multiple times. It only happens once and you get that benefit. But this doesn't seem to matter, just because this is a modular modification. But like it'll get bigger based on the more KO stuff you have. So interesting that they decided to do that. Maybe it prevents people from playing multiple rogues and for whatever reason getting up to +6, even though +3 is the cap. And then we got a second trait, leading our kind to a new age. Leadership, / when Rogue hits. Action total +1 this turn. You don't see that very often.
Especially on like a low rarity figure. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of, if the character's part of a team like the X-Men, I want that team to be able to be played together. Like, especially as a team builder, I really like when Avengers combo with Avengers, X-Men combo with X-Men. Like, you're encouraged to play that team because they get benefits for doing so. And so anything like this that makes that team much more powerful with more actions, and of course better defense for as people go down, you kind of get this last stand vibe from this Rogue. That's really cool. Same stat lines and everything as the previous Rogue. You're just getting the new traits. What are your thoughts? You think this makes X-Men a viable team?
I think it's very... I mean, the defense is pretty nice. X-Men's already viable, I think. Well, maybe not in Modern right now, but...
Historically, they're continually viable, though.
Yeah.
They love making good X-Men.
She's doing something unique, so that's always worth a look for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. You got Gambit.
Basketball Gambit. We got X-Men team ability, thank God. 013. We are X-Men and Spy. He has a special attack power, half-court shot, precision strike, /, free once per game, make a ranged attack with 8 range, and see through characters. Increase the damage dealt by 1 to each hit target. That is pretty cool. And then he has a special damage power, beignets, and basketball. Nice. When a friendly character uses X-Men team ability, after resolutions, they may remove an action token from that character and the character they chose for So that's actually not bad. Removing action tokens instead of like leadership, I guess. But so he has targets. That's range. Make ranged attacks out of adjacency. Triple target, which is awesome. He's a 8, 11, 18, 3 running shot, energy explosion, super senses, and that special healing token beignets in basketball. Down dial, he is sidestep. He gets that attack power his last 2 clicks, and then they give him reflexes for some reason and perplex. But that special attack power, if that was on top dial, that'd be
insane.
Sweet.
Top dial.
But for 55 points, you're probably just gonna get hit past that and die. But even if you get hit onto it, like, you're probably gonna land on click 5, and then you have 9 attacks. So maybe that's decent in this step, but just not good enough
in his field environment. It's very possible he's going to sit on 4 or 5 for a turn or 2, but I like that you can shoot out of adjacency, so when you do use this power, you perplex up your attack, shoot your shot past whatever's in front of you, and with 3 bolts, like, you could definitely rack up some damage, because you're splitting your 3 damage, and then you're doing an extra one to everybody you hit. So if you wanted to, you could tap one person, assign all 3 to them. You increase that damage once to 4, and then the 2 people you assign 0 to now take 1 damage, and it's precision strike, so that one's going to stick. So if you land on it, you got a dream. We might be back in Disney World for it. But this special trait is very interesting to me. If this was just a power in the game, like a reverse in cap.
Oh, that's a damage power.
Yeah, there's beignets in basketball.
Yeah.
Do you think that you would use this power, like in modern? Like if, let's say they added this to that copycat bystander. Do you think you'd see yourself hitting this?
So it's still healing and removing the action token?
Yeah, heal 1, take an action token away.
I'm still damaging my own guy.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. We'll take that off too. You're just heal 1, take an action token off. Would you use that if that was just a real power?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, there's no roll or nothing, it just happens?
No, just heal 1, take an action token off. Like, if that was a power, would you be happy using it?
Yep, totally.
Okay, because that's kind of the metric I use for any of these special abilities. Because it's really easy to get caught up in our Disneyland scenarios here. But if we just boil it down to, if I could just do this generically, would I choose to do it? I'm looking for that yes to be excited about stuff like this. So, not against it.
Yeah, I think removing tokens off of, like, especially if you're playing like one big guy, you miss your willpower, just to guarantee you're removing a token, I think is huge.
100%. That kind of tempo play matters so much.
Yeah.
And it looks like I've got another alternate. It's weird that these last 2 alternates have been uncommon rarity, or the card that they're alternating is common.
It's gotta just be a mistake on HC units, maybe.
I have no idea.
Doesn't really make sense to change rarity.
But we've got the same gambit. Everything else is the same except for the traits and special powers. So the trait is, how about a game? For all characters with this trait, when a character, friendly or opposing, misses all targets. After resolutions, the player friendly to that character adds a pig token to their sideline. So whoever misses, you yourself get a pig token. So if I miss, I get 1. If you miss, you get 1. If that player has 3 pig tokens on their sideline, their opponent scores 25 points. Their turn immediately ends, and no characters can use this trait for the rest of the game.
That's great.
So it's just like playing basketball. I don't think I've ever played pig. I've always played horse.
So, I was just going to ask you, is it piggy in the middle, or is it they're playing horse?
I could not tell you. I always grew up playing horse. But whoever misses 3 attacks first, and you have to miss all targets, Your turn immediately ends after that third miss. This trait ends, and the other player gets 25 points. That's pretty cool. I like kind of games within games like this because it adds a lot of pressure to the opponent. Like, even if, the rest of my team's trash, if I tell you when we sit down, because I love doing this kind of thing to people, hey, if you miss this attack, your turn's over. Good luck.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah, just no pressure. Just remember, don't miss.
Oh, this is your first attack of the turn? Oh, that's tough.
Oh, you want that pig token? That's what you're doing? Okay, I wouldn't do that, but go ahead. Like, I love that kind of mind game, and that's what this reminds me of. But we got the 52 pickup special power. Remember, we only get this power in the last 2 clicks. Energy Explosion double slash. When Gambit makes an attack and the finalized attack roll has a 5 and a 2, all targets become hit and the damage dealt is penetrating. So if you roll a 52, 5 and 2, you get an extra bonus. I think there's still Xmen of the Gala invite stuff still exists in Modern, so like you can there's some dice manipulation. Yeah.
If there's a 5, it makes it the other one a 5, so
I think so.
Yeah. It doesn't quite work. But
it doesn't quite work, but if you need to make it a crit, you've got the one shot that can do that too. And then we have the Always Know the Odds special damage power with Outwit and Prob double slash. Friendly characters with the X-Men keyword have Safeguard Energy Explosion.
Oh.
That's kind of cool, not just for your opponent's energy explosion, but from yours. Energy explosion is one of the very few ways to hit your own characters. Energy explosion and pulse wave are like the main two that happens with. So not having to be afraid of that, getting Outwit and Prob on X-Men is probably pretty nice. And especially if it comes with this pig game, mind game, I'm all for it. I think the 52 pickup's probably the least exciting thing on this card for me, which is fine because you only get that for 2 clicks at the end of the dial anyway.
I think this is the first alternate card that's like way better than the original.
Yeah, I would be more than happy throwing this on a team just for the sake of throwing this on the team. Like, if I built a super competitive, 200 points, and I'm like, all right, I need 100 points to just throw on here, this is the nonsense I'm doing.
Yep. So next one, we got Dr. Valerie Cooper. She brings a different team ability. Look at this. Police. We love that one.
I do love PD.
We're 014, Sentinel, X-Factor, Politician, and Scientist for keywords. She's got a special trait called Magneto Was Right. When a friendly character is hit after resolutions, you may KO Dr. Valerie Cooper. If you do, heal that character 2 clicks, and they modify their combat values +1 until the end of next turn, even if this power is lost. Protected Pulse Wave. So that is a wonderful trait.
Especially to be Protected Pulse Wave.
Yeah, and have the thing actually work. They worded it properly, so it works even if it's lost. She has a special damage commission on superhuman activities. Leadership shape change. When Dr. Valerie Cooper uses leadership and succeeds, you may instead generate a CSA officer bystander. Let's go look at him. Also has the PD team ability, which is great.
PD on a bystander? Yes, please.
Yeah. Yes, sir. We are 6, 10, 17, 1. Sidestep, precision, toughness, so just a kind of little plinker at precision. But that PD is pretty great.
That PD is nice.
And then herself, she's 25 points, 0 range, 1 bolt, 6, 9, 17, 1. Naked movement power, TK, mastermind, and that special damage power. And then down dial, she gets stealth. What was that, incap?
Yeah.
Willpower and leadership. So leadership hold dial for 25 points is good enough and sealed. But yeah, I think she's great. I'm excited to play her on outside of sealed because I think her trait is pretty unique, and it's like a pseudo just bringing someone off a stop click, buffing their combat values to hope they survive another turn,
And it's a heal too, so you're healing at least one off the stop, even through Bloodstone. And that's the kind of power I'm looking for in effects like this. Like I want to be able to use this through the opposition and still get the benefit I'm looking for. Like that is you've been excited about this character for a minute because I remember you sent me this chick a while ago. Said, "Hey, look at this! Like, what do you think?"
Double PD.
Yeah, I think
leadership. Yeah.
Double PD and leadership is great, especially for some of these keywords. Like, it's hard not to use Perdegaton as your leadership, just in general, and especially for scientists. Yeah, but he isn't here forever.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a really great, cheap leadership for these keywords. And even outside of these keywords, you can still use this Magneto was right trait because all it cares about is a character that was hit. Like, she doesn't need anything in common with them. So, TK leadership, 25 points. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I would pay 25 just for that trait, man. That's
everything else is great.
Maybe. Yeah.
But that brings us to our first official uncommon, I should say. This is another Magneto. 015 Magneto, Brotherhood of Mutants TA. Brotherhood of Mutants Xmen, past politician and ruler. Politician is getting a lot of love in this set. And we've got the trait, I'm trying to be better. Barrier as free, but only if Magneto replaced a character this game. So I think that's harking back to our 001 Magneto. So if you're successfully able to replace him, this is a benefit for doing so. We got a special attack power. Please do not make me let you down. Once per turn, when Magneto destroys one or more pieces of terrain, after resolutions you may deal 1 penetrating damage to each opposing character that occupied or was adjacent to one or more destroyed pieces of terrain. We also have shoot through blocking. We are 100 points, so this does work point-wise with the common Magneto. 5 range and 1 bolt. We've got a whopping 10 clicks of life, so we're on rate here. We're 9, 12, 19, and 4 with flight and sidestep. This special attack power to deal pen when we break things, toughness, and leadership. At the very back end of the dial, we eventually go to running shot. We lose this special attack halfway and then start going to pulse wave. And the last 3 clicks are knockback pulse wave, which is really nice. Interesting. I like that they are doing this whole place a barrier and then shoot through the barrier to do more damage. Like, that's just kind of cool. It does remind me of it. Honestly, it gives me like horror flashbacks of that dude in silver for like ROC 2 years ago. What was that guy's name? The 300 point one? Darkseid. This is exactly what Darkseid was doing. Like, right, he'd barrier up and then shoot through it or run through it, and your whole team dies. This is a very muted version of that, but it is really cool.
Yeah, I just wish 100 points sidestep is not what you want to see.
That is tough, but 19 defense in this set is probably a tall ask.
One click of it, exactly one.
I mean, I've seen a lot of 9 attacks floating around this set, 10 attacks. Like, asking someone to roll a 9 is tough.
That's true.
And then 12 attacks, so, like, he's hitting basically whoever he wants, and he's that big leadership. I'm more than happy to play this character in sealed. I'd be happier getting him for free off the replacement of the other one, but I'd be happy starting with this dude as well. Because I don't want one of my characters to be KO'd. If my whole goal is to just play this guy, I'm just going to play this guy.
Indeed. Alright, next up we got Madeline Pryor.
Yep.
Is Xmen team ability 016. Hellfire Club, Phoenix Force, Xmen politician. She has a special trait. We don't know when Sven is there, Switch Das. I'm pretty sure that's the same name. Yeah. Indeed. and she has long hair instead of a ponytail. That's important. When Madeline Pryor starts the game, you may replace her with Jean Grey on the same click. If you don't generate a Cable Bystander is 7-10-17-3, phasing, energy explosion, invuln, and prob. So prob is pretty nice to have. Tough not having a movement attack, but I mean, prob energy explosion is decent. Herself, she has 4 range double bolts. She's a flyer. She's 8, 10, 17, 2. She has sidestep, pen blast, toughness, and perplex. Then down dial, she gets super senses and enhancement. And yeah, she's decent little 50-point attacker in sealed. Pen blast, precision, carrying, prob. It's decent powers to have.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about Madeline Pryor. Because her most obvious comparison is clearly Jean. Sidestep flight is clearly better than not having sidestep flight. But
You get perplex.
Yeah.
You get perplex.
Perplex and prob from the Cable.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I'd rather have the Cyclops Bystander.
Yeah.
He is much better.
Because with this Madeline Pryor, like, you can... More of a support piece here. Because you can carry up Cable with your flight. Then you've got your prob and your perplex in place. So, like, perplex down a defense, prob the attack. Once the attack's over, you can then sidestep Madeline back. Either carrying back your attacker and leaving Cable out to dry, or doing it the other way. So there's a little bit of like positioning plays that are available here that's not available with Jean. But it's going to be a tough ask for me to turn down that Cyclops Bystander.
Yeah. Indeed.
Anything else for Madeline before I jump over?
Nope, that's not much there.
So we'll go to Wolverine 017. We do have the Xmen TA here. Alpha Flight, Weapon X, Xmen Brute Soldier, which I think are the same keywords we had before. The special attack Adamantium Claws. Blades, Claws, Fangs, double slash. When Wolverine hit characters can't heal until your next turn. I like that this is in plural, but the high rarity one isn't, which is kind of weird. 50 points for 6 clicks, so we're a little bit above rate, which is nice. 0 range, 1 bolt, or charge with 8 speed, 12 attack for that special blades, 18 defense toughness, and a naked 3 damage. This is just a pretty stock standard.
Yep, classic.
50 points for charge blades. I mean, the lowest attack we get is to an 11. And we end up going up to like a region on the back of the dial with exploit. So you've got an interesting choice there on the back end of whether you want to heal or if you want to do a charge blades with exploit now. Which I'm all for those kind of game choices. Yeah, just...
Standard.
Yeah, this is what we want for 50-point Wolverine. Go in, do the thing, do the damage. Hope you survive.
Indeed. On to the dinos. We have Dino Man 018A. So kind of a cool way to get in Sauron into the set. He has Mojoverse, Savage Land, Animal, Pass, Soldier. So this is your main cog for your Savage Land theme team. He has the Expendable Goon trait as well. When he is KO'd by an opposing effect, you may place a D6. You may roll a D6, 1 to 3. Place a friendly character with the animal or Mojo keyword up to 3 squares from their current square. So important that is place, right? Not move.
Correct.
You don't have to break away or nothing. So that's pretty cool for animal for sure. And then 4 through 6 generate another Expendable Goon. He's got 50 or 15, as all goons have. 3 range, 1 bolt. He's an 8, 10, 17, 3 top dial. Running shot, energy explosion, toughness, enhancement. Low dial, he keeps the same powers. Just cheap enhancement, I guess.
Yeah, seems
It is
solid.
it is cool to have a full movement power on a goon. So if
And
you have a way to, sorry,
I was gonna say, and again, we have flight. So
yep,
goons being able to carry people is so underrated.
and enhancement. So nine attacks tough, but if you have a way to boost it up, not bad.
Maybe all those PDs we saw earlier.
Yep.
I'll
But
jump over to. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just boost up his attack.
Yeah. I think this is pink. Maybe like
Purple.
a. This is purple. All
Come
right.
on, man.
Dude, my eyes are so shot for colors. This is 018B Dino Man. This is the purple one, apparently. Mojoverse, Savage Land, Animal, Past, Soldier. Expendable Goon, Dino Man. Oh, there it is, Dino Man Purple.
It's just waiting for you to get to it.
I'm telling you, dude, I cannot see color well. When Dino Man is KO'd by an opposing character, after resolutions, you may roll the d6. 1 through 3, we are healing a friendly character with the Animal or Mojoverse keyword 3 clicks. And on 4 through 6, we're making another expendable goon. I do like a 3-click heal for Animal.
Yo.
My freaking brain immediately is like, "Ooh, how can I kill my own animal, man? This one doesn't have a reducer."
That's crazy.
To activate these
3
traits,
clicks is huge.
yeah, to activate these traits, they do have to be KO'd by an opposing character. So you cannot self KO a goon, no matter how badly I want to. So again, this is 3 range, 1 bolt. We do still fly, and this is a charge blades piece. 8, 10, 17, 3. And that we are on super senses for defense and empower, which is really nice. And then we're still the same on our 15-point starting line, but we do go down to that same 9 attack. So for the 2 that we've seen so far, we've got an enhancement piece and an empower piece. One's a running shot piece and one's a charge piece, and they both fly, which is fantastic. I'm liking what I see out of these Dino Man so far.
It would have been cool to mirror the orange one if they would have gave this one Quake, right?
Oh, like energy explosion on one, Quake on the other.
Quake. Yeah, and power enhancement. Yeah,
That's pretty solid.
would have been cool.
Take us away to this last one.
I just wanted to mention something like as soon as you start to build a team around this healing 3 for your animals, that's when you're gonna roll 4 through 6s all the time.
Which is usually the exact opposite for goons.
Yeah.
You almost never hit that 4 through 6, it feels like.
Indeed. All right, so we got Dino Man 018C. Same keywords. His special goon is when he fails it, remove an action token from up to 3 friendly characters with Animal or Mojoverse. Whoa.
That's insane.
Holy animals. That's awesome. I like how they're like, oh yeah, Mojoverse too. It's like, okay. All right.
We don't know about that Mojoverse theme team, man.
I'm excited.
These goons are the backbone.
Yep. He is 15 and 50 as well. Same range, 3. He's a 8, 10, 17, 3 with plasticity poison. Great combo, especially with reflexes and shape change. That's kind of everything you want on your tie-up poison piece. And he keeps those powers on his lower dial. Just drops movement, damage, and attack. So that is a cool little tie-up piece for sure.
Yeah, and I like that these 3 are both on the same theme, and all 3 of them are going to be good at any point in the game. Like if you run up first or someone bases you and they KO the orange one, well, you can then go into the blue and tie them up and poison them and lock them down. Or if someone KOs this one from range, like let's say they weren't tied up, they just throw a shot his way, KO him, well then you have your choice to go into purple or orange to kind of match the situation. I really like this kind of design where they're keeping it on theme and giving you all the options that you'd ever want to fit on whatever team they could fit on.
Like that's huge for Animal. Like those are 3 great effects.
Absolutely.
Movement, heal, and removing tokens. Like that's wild.
They're also pass, so you can cheat these onto a pass Avengers team. Now, granted, only the first one's going to have the actual Avengers bonus. But even just cheating an expendable goon on gives you access to all the other expendable goons without losing your theme team or the bonus from that 400 cap. Maybe not the most powerful because they've got all kinds of other options, but still very cool flexibility.
You know what is a big piece with Mojoverse? Phoenix Sentinel.
Heck yeah.
Let's just heal my Phoenix Sentinel 3 clicks. Right back off his top, you know?
No big deal. But let me take us back to this set with 019 Morph. This is our first team player, very fitting for Morph. And Xmen team ability. Marauders, Xmen, Assassin, and Spy. Just like old times is the trait. At the beginning of your turn, choose Hulk, Magic, or Quicksilver. Morph can use the corresponding effects until they choose again. So this is a very modular piece. The first mode is Hulk. This is Charge, Super Strength, +2 Defense. The second mode is Magic. So you've got Blades, Claws, Phasing Teleport, and Carry 2. Carry 2 phasing is really, really nice for getting people out of harm's way. And then Quicksilver is our last modality. Flurry, Sidestep, +3 Speed. The +3 speed is interesting because none of those care about that modification, but is interesting. 50 points for 8 clicks, and we've got 0 range, 1 bolt. Morph does not fly, obviously. 8, 10, 17, 3. Plasticity, the whole dial. Naked attack, the whole dial. But we're getting attack powers from our modality here. Defense is toughness for the first half, and then naked for the last half, and then shape change the whole way across. So if we're in Hulk form, Charge, Super Strength, 19 defense here isn't bad. Especially if you're tying up people that you're getting close to, you're getting extra knockback damage. Again, there's not a lot of reducers in this set, so anytime I look at like knockback, I'm just reading that as +1 damage. I'll be honest with you. What's your thoughts here?
Yeah, the pick a power guys are pretty cool. It would have been cool to see like an ABC and actually have him as Magic, but can't always get what we want, you know. Yeah, just the modified 3 speed is useless. That's crazy. Like if you want the movement, you're gonna be choosing phasing, carrying, right? So to see that like a +1 damage or attack would have been cool.
But yeah, +1 attack on Quicksilver would have been sweet. Or give him hypersonic instead of sidestep, and then you've got +3 hypersonic.
Or even just give him hypersonic sidestep. You know, I don't know, do some crazy movement.
Yeah, so the +3 speed is interesting because he doesn't normally have carry, but you could team player to Underworld, and then carry with Xmen, and then it might matter. But by default, I think I'm hulking out more than anything else.
Yeah, I don't see unless you need a carrier, right? Like that's too bad because like it's cool when all the choices are kind of great, but I mean Flurry's nice, but
that and like a Blades is really, really good against some of these like the Jean Greys that just have ESD. Like if I'm in your face and I'm tying you up, and then I can just say, okay, I'm going Magic. I've got Blades. Like good luck.
Yeah, you're okay with hitting a 2 there. Yeah. And still doing 2 damage, right? But let's go to his alternate card.
Yeah.
He's got all the same stuff, keywords wise, same team abilities. He's got 2 different traits here though. First one is she can't say it, but I can. Once per game for all friendly characters with this trait. When another friendly character with the Xmen keyword would be KO'd, instead turn them to their last non-KO click, place them adjacent to Morph. If that character has Logan or Wolverine in their name, they have immune until your next turn. That is pretty cool. Next one is shifting between forms. Free. Choose a friendly character within 4 squares. Until your next turn, Morph can use any standard powers that character can use, and replaces their range with the chosen character's printed range. So
that's pretty sweet.
I like being able to take all of their standard powers, right?
And more importantly, the range attacks aren't useless now.
Yeah, now you got range. Hey, look at me, I'm ranged.
This is a sweet Morph. Protect them from one from being KO'd, no matter where they're at across the map. Because that's just another friendly. There's no
X-Men keyword.
adjacency required. Just if you're an X-Men, I got you. And then you also are free to play up close with your plasticity, or maybe you want to free copy another friendly character stuff that's like a ranged attacker, and then now you're using your plasticity to break away and do those attacks. I mean, I'm all for this morph. I think this is a straight upgrade from the uncommon one.
Yeah, no, this is
and
very,
this is going to be
cool.
fun to play. Like, this is my kind of piece where I've got this Swiss Army knife to just kind of say, what do I need in this situation? Like, what's the best choice I can make? And this morph allows that to happen.
Oh, my Cyclops is double tap. Well, let me just take his running shot, pen blast.
No. You're missing the dream.
What is it? Lay it out.
Copycat. You can copy Copycat, so everything she has, Morph has.
I don't want you sitting there for 10 minutes choosing from 20 powers of what you want to do.
I've got all the powers. That right there is the Infinity Gauntlet. Morph Copycat together. And importantly, that keeps Copycat on theme.
Does Copycat have range?
She's got range 3.
I hate that. Gross.
Let me take us to the first storm of the set. Is this really the first storm?
Yeah. Oh, we're only at 20, bro.
That's crazy. This is normally just the X-Men they throw in like as often as possible. So this is 020. We've got the X-Men TA, Morlocks, X-Men Deity. This might be our first Morlock character as well. Oh no, we had Leech. Our special speed power is Ancient Saiyans Heed My Command. Force Blast, Hypersonic Speed. When Storm uses Hype, she has improved targeting, destroy blocking, and does not half her range.
Ooh.
She's only got 4 range, double bolts. So maybe that's very much needed. Yeah.
Still 10 squares.
Yeah, she obviously flies. 6 speed, 11 attack, Pin Blast, 18 ESD, and 3 damage leadership. That's all at the 50-point line, which she has 6 clicks of. And then she has a 35-point line that starts on click 3. We still keep this special speed power for 1 click, but we go down to Energy Explosion, which importantly does not combo with hypersonic speed, so be careful of that. And then we've got that 17 defense, super senses, and then we keep leadership the whole dial, which is super nice. Yeah, I like this Storm at 50 points.
Great sealed piece.
Yeah, I really wish they would have given her 1 more click of that Pin Blast, just so at 35 you can use all your powers together. But Force Blast off Energy Explosion is a good combo at the low line. Force Blast off Pin Blast is, of course, really solid. Like you said, 10 squares of reach. And shooting through blocking is incredibly nice.
No, she's cool.
No, I'm for it.
There's a lot of leadership in this set. That would be nice for sealed.
Which makes sense. Like, how many X-Men have led the X-Men?
Exactly.
That gets passed around like it's a rite of passage. Like, oh, you haven't been in charge yet? You haven't prevented the world destruction? Like, you're not a real X-Men yet. But this is the range attack version of just a 50-point solid attacker. You've got the defense power that matters for them, so she can kind of kite around and really use that ESD. This and the Wolverine that we did before, these are the 2 attackers I'm really looking for in Sealed. Like, this is what if I see this in a pack and I don't have a real attacker yet, I'm grabbing it.
You're just like, there's my bread.
Yep, this is what I need for the sandwich. It doesn't work without these guys, so let's put it on there.
Alright, moving on to alternate card. We have Mind Your Weather. When a friendly character with the X-Men keyword hits, after resolution, Storm may knock back the hit characters. Very cool. Double slash. If a friendly character named Jean Grey is named Jean Grey, opposing characters can't reduce knockback damage. It's a cool little team up there. She has a different move power here. We got sidestep, double slashes, carry 2, but only to carry characters with the X-Men keyword. So, kind of turns into more of a support-y piece. But I like that giving everyone knockback. That's pretty cool.
That is busted. And I'm going to give you some sauce
busted.
right here.
Let's hear it.
Forget Jean Grey. Everything after this double slash, delete it. That doesn't matter.
Out of here.
Stormbreaker on this Storm. On an X-Men team. Doesn't matter who hits. Storm can still do the knockback. With Stormbreaker, it's now penetrating. And you got a pseudo range attacker. I say pseudo just because she's down to sidestep.
Yeah.
But now you've got a leadership piece that's pinging pin damage every time someone else on your team attacks. And you can do this for 35 points. Like, this is a really cheap leadership. Senses to keep yourself alive. And you're adding considerable damage onto the team. I guess Stormbreaker's what, a 10-point equipment? So a 45-point leadership piece that's pinging damage every time someone else attacks. That's really cool.
I'm just picturing you just like pushing aside Jean Grey and just getting the hammer.
Oh yeah,
like, you're useless. Give this hammer. This hammer does it way better.
Yeah, like I could care unless there's a Jean Grey that's really good that I'm gonna put on the team anyway. Then that saves me the 10 points.
Yo, the difference though is Jean Grey is they can't reduce damage, so that even hits on Invincible.
That's true. That is very, very true. So
little thing that Jean has.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye out. Let me check for a Jean Grey. But in the meantime, Stormbreaker, baby.
Idea though, yeah, that's cool. Very funny.
Yeah. I got the Prime Sentinel here. Have we only seen these like we haven't seen like a real Sentinel piece yet, right?
No, we're looking at suit boys yet.
Okay, so we got 021 Prime Sent. We still have the Underworld team ability, which is nice, and this is Sentinel and Brute. And then we've got a new recruit trait. This is the same new recruit that I think we saw in Lantern Legacy, which is nice. I don't know if it existed before that. But for all characters with this trait, when Prime Sentinel or an adjacent friendly character with the Sentinel keyword KOs an opposing character, after resolutions generate a character with a Sentinel keyword of 15 points or less on its starting line adjacent to a friendly character with a Sentinel keyword. So this is very, very powerful because it's much more flexible than what we saw in Lantern Legacy. In Lantern Legacy, you're essentially just creating more new recruits. Here, you're just creating any Sentinel keyword with 15 points. So you can have this guy on the side, and he can generate the goons that are 15 points. And now the goons can self-generate other goons, and you only need one of this guy to make this work. And as long as he doesn't die, you're good for basically the whole game. So that's got some real potential there. Improved targeting out of adjacency, which is nice. 4 range double bolts. On the 50-point line, we've got 6 speed flight with sidestep, 10 attack precision, 17 ESD, and 2 damage range combat expert, not something you see often here. And the 15-point line, we've got 6 speed force blast, 10 attack energy explosion, 17 toughness, and 2 damage range combat expert. So we're shooting out of adjacency with 2 bolts, 11 attack energy explosion thanks to the RCE. That's for 15 points, that's solid. He's not going to carry the game or anything, but I think you might be able to squeeze a KO out of that. What do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of just like a point filler on your sealed team for sure. 50, he's not doing a ton, but
yeah, I mean 11 attack, 3 damage with precision.
Yeah,
he could probably compete with some of the others in the set. Like, we don't really have crazy attackers yet.
Yeah, decent.
Yeah, he's okay.
All right, we got the creator of the Sentinels here, Bolivar Trask. He has team player team ability, so that he can team player Xmen. 022A. He has Sentinel and Scientist. He has a special trait called Left Behind by the Future. When Bolivar Trask would be KO'd by an opposing effect, you may instead replace him with a Bolivar Trask 022B on click 4, Protective Pulse Wave. And he has a stat line of 0 range, 1 bolt. He's a 6'9", 17 2, Stealth, Mastermind, and Perplex. They like their Mastermind in this set.
I was gonna say that's a very reminiscent of Leech, like 3 clicks long, stealth, mastermind, low points. It's just perplex instead of outwit.
Perplex instead of yeah. So yeah, 20-point perplex. If you pull his B side, I guess you have that. But other than that, it's literally just 20-point perplex. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe if you happen to get not an Xmen team ability, you can wildcard to that. You know.
Yeah, like the PD wild card would be nice for Sentinels.
Yep, or the carry one, Underworld.
Yeah, I do like because this is a problem I have with some other sets that have like baked-in strategies or like really thematic teams is when they don't include cheap support powers on them. Because I want access to TKs, to perplexes, to probs whenever I play a team, just to feel like I'm playing the game, even if my team's not very competitive. And so when I see this kind of inclusion, I know that when I'm playing a low rarity team and just kind of having fun with the set, the team's still going to function, and I'm not going to feel like there's a hole there where there shouldn't be. So I do appreciate that.
For sure.
Well, let's do the B side. Bolivar Trask, 022B, Underworld TA. I think that's the first time that's different. We're going from team player to Underworld. Sentinel, Robot, and Scientist. I think that's also different because we added Robot.
Gains the Robot, yeah.
So this is...
Sentinel in and out.
Yeah.
Turn it into a robot.
This one's 50 points, 4 range, double bolts. We fly, running shot pulse wave, 6 attack, or 6 speed, 11 attack. 18 defense, imperv, and 3 damage enhancement, I think that is. Yep. And then about halfway down the dial, we totally switch up to hypersonic, super strength, toughness, and empower. So top of the dial, we're really range heavy, running shot pulse waving, and giving benefits to adjacent characters. And on the other half, we switch into more of a melee mode. That's kind of cool.
And yeah, he comes in on click 4 from the A side, so that's right on the hype.
Clicks, yeah, that's cool. A good shout out. Yeah, I'd 100% play this dude as just an attacker. Like, we don't see a lot of hard reducers in this set, so 18 imperv is nice, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not bad for 50.
No, not at all. Very, very playable and sealed.
Especially if you have you need that perplex and you pull both, then bang, all of a sudden you got a super strength. I mean, you wish you had that better defense when he came out. But...
I was gonna say, I think you're back in Disney World. Like if I pull both of these, I'm just gonna put both of them on the map.
All right. So next one, we got Friend of Humanity.
Mm-hmm.
We have Underworld team ability. We are 023, Sentinel and Marksman. Gotta keep those keywords tight.
Mm-hmm.
We got new recruit Sentinel for all characters with this trait. When friend of humanity or an adjacent friendly character with the Sentinel keyword is KO'd. An opposing KO's an opposing character after resolutions generate a character with the Sentinel keyword of 15 points or less on a starting line adjacent to a friendly character with the Sentinel keyword. So just getting more Sentinels on the board, you know?
Yeah, and I just double checked. This is the exact same new recruit trait as the Prime Sentinel. Just like the title of the trait. So you can't actually double up because it's all the same trait.
Cool. That's I like when they do that. They kind of like make the trait for DC and for Marvel.
Yeah, very, very thematic.
And then she has another trait, retrofitted Sentinel technology. She's got a blaster on her hand, which is pretty cool in the show. It's the Sentinel tech they're handing out. When a friend of humanity hit characters can't use attack powers until your next turn. So that is pretty great.
Yeah,
attack powers are pretty good. Her stat line is 4 range, double bolts, 6, 11, 17, 2. Running shot, we are in-cap, toughness, and range combat expert. On her 15-point line, she is force blast, in-cap, ESD, and enhancement. So low point enhancements, great. High point, I mean, not great, but
Yeah, if for,
double ranged in cap that takes away attack powers
yeah,
could be
that's pretty
useful.
solid, especially with a 12 attack.
Yeah.
Like, playing her at 50 points is going to feel pretty solid, of just running, shutting down attack powers, and giving you some extra turns to follow up with. Like, I would happily play that in sealed.
Not bad at all.
From a competitive standpoint, how much value would you put on cheating trick arrows onto your team? 15 points to attach trick arrows here. No reducer, so you can self KO if you want. You think that's gonna be that's real or some kind of fairyland?
I think trick arrows aren't as impactful as they once were. There's
That's
still
true.
a couple great arrows in the quiver, but something you can do for sure.
Yeah, so just something to keep an eye out for, especially for silver, where you've got an extra 100 points to play with. Because I could totally see, especially
Giving
on
your
like
trick arrows to collect or something.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. People that could equip multiple things, or like very large characters that can't afford to, that can't start the game with equipment.
Yeah.
Something like that might be real.
But now trick arrows are restricted too, right? So
Oh,
that's your
that's
one.
true. But who
That's
knows?
tough.
Maybe we're still gonna get more trick arrows in the future.
I hope they go restricted items for silver. Restricted characters, restricted items. You can have one of each. I think that'd be kind of
Ooh, that's a cool
interesting.
idea.
Yeah.
But let's get into the
Nightcrawler.
rare figures.
Yes.
We got 024 Nightcrawler. We got the Xmen team ability, Xmen martial artist politician. Importantly, as you said, martial artist is a tomb, so we could be giving this guy 6 range. When Nightcrawler moves, after resolutions, you may generate a Bamf marker in a square he moved through. Then remove any of his other Bamf markers from the map. So pretty flexible ability to kind of move through markers. When Nightcrawler is missed by an opposing attack, you may immediately place him in a square with a Bamf marker. So that second one doesn't have to be his, just any Bamf marker, because I imagine other Nightcrawlers will also make them. So you could get really crazy with multiple of these dudes moving in multiple directions. Speed power is hypersonic speed and stealth, called Over Here. We've got special movement, ignore blocking, I think that is. Yeah, this character can move through blocking, ignore characters, and ignore elevated for movement. 55 points for 6 clicks, so above rate. And we're starting with 10 speed with the special speed, 11 attack precision, 19 defense senses. That's pretty high for this set, and a naked 3 damage. That's pretty solid, and when we lose the special speed, which is hypersonic stealth, we just go down to regular hypersonic. What's really cool... Sorry to interrupt, but it just occurred to me. Hypersonic speed is 3 instructions. Move, attack, move. So you actually get 2 chances to place this Bamf marker when you're doing these hypersonics. To really give yourself the flexibility to teleport back wherever you want, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, cool little piece.
And do you want to take the alt card?
Yes, sir. So all the same stats. We have a couple new traits here. Protector of the Xmen. When Nightcrawler places one or more friendly characters after resolutions, you may heal one of them 1 click. Pretty great. When this character, when the second one is family is a choice. When a friendly character within 2 squares is missed by an attack, after resolutions, you may place that character up to 2 squares away from their current square. So that is just any friendly character within 2 squares is missed by. Yeah, that's.
And it's not once per turn.
Yeah. They just have to be within 2 squares. No. What is it?
They have to be within 2 squares of Nightcrawler. Yeah. And they land 2 squares away.
Yeah. Pretty cool for positioning on your opponent's turn.
What's also cool is that that's after resolution, so if someone comes up and does a flurry and they miss both attacks, you get 2 triggers of this. And so, so the first time you go 2 squares, and then the next trigger you go 2 more squares. So you could get someone pretty far away in that kind of situation.
Great to move your ranged attacker that far away.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has a new movement power. It is We Shall Play Tourist. Carry 3, but only to carry characters with the Xmen keyword. When Nightcrawler is given a move action after resolutions, he may make an attack. So he has a 10 movement, make an attack, bring 3 empowers with you, and hit for 6, you know?
That's disgusting.
That's
I think
great.
You bringing up a tomb going on martial artists is so strong here, because him going up to a 6 range hypersonic, always dealing pin damage, makes this crazy. Because you could, instead of being a close attacker with We Shall Play Tourist, you could also be a ranged attacker and drop your whole, like, just fade away your whole team back with the move,
make an attack,
and then blast from 6 squares away again with your 6 damage pin with precision. Like, this Nightcrawler could be a freaking threat if this X-Men team is real.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Great card. Hopefully that's the one you pull, you know?
Even
that's
just
my
the
favorite
basic,
so far.
Yeah, even just the basic Nightcrawler is still scary when you put a tomb on him.
It's nice to have him back. It's been a while since we've had a Nightcrawler, so...
Yeah, I like that they're not scared to make him powerful and, feel very fluid and mobile. But let me go to Bastion 025. We do have the Underworld team ability, Sentinel, Robot, and Ruler. Our special trait is the Final Dream. Leadership, /. At the beginning of your turn, if 4 or more characters in your KO area have the Sentinel keyword, you may replace Bastion with another character named Bastion on its last non-KO click, then heal it 2 clicks. That character can't otherwise heal this game. And like you said, this isn't looking for a specific Bastion. This is any character named Bastion in all of Heroclix.
Awesome.
For Modern, of course, you're limited to Modern, but Silver, there's some options there. And I like that this is rewarding you for using goons. Because goons are going to get KO'd fairly often. It's going to really fill up your KO area, and you can play a very different style of game. But usually when you do that, you just kind of bleed points. Like, there's no reward for having your goons die. You're giving up 15 points. But in this scenario, now you can play those goons, and if they get KO'd, you're not worried about it. You don't care what you roll. That first Sentinel goon that replaces itself no matter what is obviously the best combo with this, because then any roll's good. And now you've got an actual reason for playing that style because you get this additional bonus. So I'm really liking that design choice. We've got special attack power, Restraining Wires, Giant Reach 3. When Bastion hits, until your next turn, hit characters gain. This character must break away to move. Very solid. 60 points, 6 range, so very long range for this set. Double
Sniper.
bolts. Flight. Yeah, that's so funny that 6 range is sniping now. And to be fair, that's almost half the map. Like, we're only 16 squares long. We've got phasing for 8 speed, 10 attack with this special Giant Reach 3 attack power, 17 defense imperv, and 3 damage outwit. If you have another Bastion to go into and you can play this style of just kind of flood the board, overwhelm them with Sentinels, and then switch into something really dangerous, I think this is really cool. Especially because you're just kind of stalling the game with this Restraining Wires. Like, this is not an attacker. Unless you're outwitting a reducer and then swinging 10 for 3.
Top to no move attack, top dial, 60 points.
Yeah, I imagine you're moving them into place with the Sentinels and then kind of doing your thing. So probably better in like a low rarity environment where you're just playing with like Cur or inset themes. And kind of living the Sentinel dream. In sealed, if I open this guy, I'm gonna really wish that was a Nightcrawler instead. Like, unless I'm just
you want to see.
Yeah, unless I'm just hurting on an outwit and I've already got that Wolverine and that Storm and my offense is taken care of. Like, your rare pulls a lot of weight in sealed. But Sentinel leadership. I guess that's something.
Sure.
So give us Sunspot then.
Sunspot. He's got that X-Men team ability.
Mm-hmm.
We are 026, Brotherhood of Mutants, New Mutants, X-Men, and Celebrity. We have a special trait called Accepting My Powers. Free once per game. Turns Sunspot to click 5. He has a special movement power, Private Jet, that he has on his top dial here. Carry 2, Sidestep. And then also on his top dial, he has the Cost of Fortune. Perplex, when he uses it, he has a minimum range of 8. So Sniper Perplex, that's cool. So he starts off, he has 3 clicks. And they're all that movement power, that damage power, and Mastermind. And then hopefully you are able to click him to his other dial. You want to do that sooner than later so you don't just get blasted off the board. But his accepting his powers, he gets 10, 11, 18, 3, running shot, pen blast, toughness, and shape change. So he has a cool kind of move up your team a little bit. I almost want to maybe move up your team, not worry about your perplex, and then switch right away, just so you don't get hit right off the bat, unless you have like a good mastermind target. But
well, that
pretty cool little.
There's a lot of low ranges in this set. Like we've yet to see like a 10 speed, charge to just come across the map and just bop this dude. So I feel like if you do want to play him at that 8 range perplex for 2-3 turns, and you're sitting there like the rest of your team's forward, and this dude's just sitting back, perplexing down defense kind of thing, there's a real chance that you are going to be able to see the threat the turn it comes in, and then switch and go on offense. If you really want to, live by the seat of your pants and just trust that your counting and your positioning is good enough to do that. I love that they gave us the choice of how to play this guy.
And we just seen the 2 different players there.
Yeah, I'm all for max. I've got 3 squares on that dial. I'm using all 3 of those. Them clicks are coming home with me.
Yeah, that's all you're using, man, is those 3 clicks. That's all you're
well, I like that you, like you said, you can sidestep carry up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just basic play here.
Mm-hmm.
You can sidestep carry up either an outwit or a prob piece, like whatever your other support is. Use those support powers from range. Get another really nice attack in there with another character. And then you can switch this guy and still do your running shot. And you still fly, so you can still carry that prob or outwit in place or to keep them safe, like whatever you need. This is so flexible.
Good little combo.
Yeah, that's what I like in a sealed piece.
Yeah. No,
and I like that thematic. That's what I was going to say. I like the theming and the identity of the piece. You can feel that you are playing Sunspot and not just a random attacker.
Yeah. Great design.
Oh, yeah. And we got Callisto for our next one. This is 027 with the Underworld team ability, Morlocks, Politician, Ruler, Spy, and Warrior. Haven't seen a lot of Warriors in the set. And the leader of the Morlocks trait, Leadership, Stealth. When Callisto uses leadership and succeeds, after resolutions generate a Morlock bystander. Let's look at that real quick. That is just a picture of Leech. 3 range, 1 bolt with Underworld. Normal speed, sidestep, naked attack, 16 defense senses, and 2 damage. Okay, not really anything to write home about, but a little bit of a taxi for other Morlocks. And then we have this unique modifier for Callisto. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose a combat value. Friendly characters that have the Morlocks keyword modify the chosen combat value +1 until your next turn. Important to note that when you make bystanders now, the bystander gains all the keywords from Callisto, so that does combo the way you would hope it would. And there's no restriction on what combat value here, so you can modify damage if you want, which is pretty rare. 45 points for 6 clicks, so this is a really healthy set. Like, we've been above rate on a lot of different figures here. 0 range with 2 bolts. This is a charge blades piece, 8 speed, 11 attack, 18 defense reflexes, and 3 damage outwit. So charge blade, outwit, all pretty solid. We end up going down to sidestep and exploit at the back end of the dial. And exploit blades is, of course, fantastic. This is pretty solid. How do you feel about this as a standalone piece?
Yeah, not terrible. It's cool to be able to buff whatever you need, right? So you can do your defense or your attack or damage, right? Top dial can be a 19 or a 4 damage.
Ooh, I didn't even clock that you are also modifying your own stat.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's just friendly characters, so
yeah, that's really good. And then
you don't really care about your leech, but it would be nice if leech gave you something other than just a body blocker and a carrier, but
yeah, it's all right. Well, even at 45, like this is very comparable to the like common Wolverine or the uncommon one, where it's just a solid charge blades piece, and you're getting some gravy on top with a little bit of extra defense and stealth, and then you're making these bystanders and doing this stat mod. Like this is solid.
Not bad.
I'm not writing home about it, but I'm not going to be upset if I see this piece either. This is a very easy piece to read the trait and be like, man, I don't want any of those things. And then you're upset and you forget that this is just a very playable piece on its own without this trait.
Yeah.
So sealed is all about maximizing your value and getting every point worth of those clicks that you can.
You gotta squeeze the plastic,
Exactly.
Get all you
juice
can out
it.
of it,
You gotta juice it.
Get it into a new mold you want. Next one we got Phoenix, Power Cosmic, Xmen team ability.
That's our first Power Cosmic.
It is indeed. Makes sense here. She got Phoenix Forks, Xmen and Cosmic. First trait is I am Phoenix. Sideline active, so that is awesome. Be played on the sideline. When a friendly character named Jean Grey, Marvel Girl, or Madeline Pryor, or Phoenix is KO'd, after resolutions, you may roll a d6. 1 to 4, heal a friendly character with the Xmen keyword 1 click. 5 to 6, generate Phoenix from your sideline on click 1 in that square that character last occupied. She has another trait that's called Sinister. All I do is think. Once per turn, when Phoenix hits, after resolutions, you may give a hit character a burned away token. If you do this game, that character can't use effective equipment or positively modify their combat values. That is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's
especially
crazy.
in the meta of Destroyer Armor.
Mm-hmm.
She has a special defense power on her last click. It is Stop Regen. Embers of the Phoenix Force makes sense for Phoenix thematically. Got a short dial. She's 60 points for 4 clicks. That stop click gives you a little bit of built-in value. 6 range, 1 target. 10, 12, 19, 3. Pretty great numbers. A running shot, pulse wave, invincible, prob. And yeah, she keeps all the same powers except she just loses running shot.
So in this set, her sealed, I'm never putting her on the sideline. Like, if this is the rare I pull, I'm taking a freaking 12 attack pulse wave piece every day. Especially with how rare the reducers are in this set. Like, having invincible. This is going to be tough to chew through, even though the dial's so small. And for anybody that doesn't know, a sideline active is active on the sideline like it says, but it's also active while you're playing the game. Like if this character's on the map and you have a second character named Jean Grey or any of the others and they get KO'd, you do still get to roll this dice. Now the 5 or 6 isn't going to do anything because this character's unique and you're not going to be able to have one on your force and the sideline. But you do still get the chance to heal a friendly character with the Xmen trait. So that could be very, very nice if you do pull this as your rare. Don't feel like it has to be on the sideline.
For sure.
But 6 range in this set is a sniper, like we said. Running shot for 5, shootout for 6.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, she's getting you. Just need some enhancement on her.
And especially this comboed with that Storm, your 12 attack pulse wave, and then Storm's also doing the knockback for you.
Knockback.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's juicy.
Pretty cool. A little combo.
Yeah. Let's go with Forge 029, also unique. Xmen TA, X Factor, Xmen, Mystical, and Soldier. Not a lot of Mystical in the set either. We have the trait Fixing My Mistake. When a friendly character with the Xmen keyword heals until your next turn, they have Safeguard Outwit. So another bit of nice flexibility and a reason to use the Xmen TA to basically just give them Safeguard Outwit, give them their power back, heal them one click, and now your main attacker's back in the game. Could be impactful. We got the Desert Magic trait. At the beginning of the game, you may have an opponent generate the adversary bystander friendly to their force in their starting area. If you do, this game Forge has Mystic's team ability and has friendly characters have Safeguard opposing prob. That's very cool. Let's take a look at the character we're giving our opponent. The adversary is 0 range, 1 bolt. They fly, 8 speed charge, 11 attack poison, 18 defense imperv, and they are giant size, 3 damage with perplex. That is a very scary thing to give your opponent. But making your entire team immune to prov could be very, very good. So I would definitely play this, case by case. I am not going to default to giving my opponent another serious attacker, especially with how little pin damage is in this set. Like, getting through that imperv might be harder than you think.
It's tough. You got to make this choice at the beginning of the game too.
Yeah, so if this was me and I pulled Forge and I'm playing Forge in my sealed, I'm going to immediately ask, hey, do you mind if I check your cards? And I'm just going to look, how much prob does this person have? If they sacrificed power picks for prob, then I'm probably going to give them the adversary and be like, you know what, take it. I'll try to pulse wave them out the game. If they don't have any prob, I am never giving them that piece. I do not care about this Mystic's team ability at all.
Yeah.
But the actual stat line were 30 points for 4 clicks, so still above rate. Like I said, very healthy set. 5 range, 1 bolt. 6 speed sidestep, 10 attack pulse wave, 17 defense toughness, and 2 damage with outwit. And then after 2 clicks, we go down to precision strike instead of pulse wave, and we become a barrier support piece, which is really different. So kind of 2 modes on Forge based on his health. What you think? If this is your rare?
This is my rare. I'm sad. I am sad. I mean, he's not terrible. It's just...
And he's got some outwit, which is kind of rare in the set. I mean, he deals with his own pog relatively well. I mean...
If you can hit an 8.
Yeah, hitting an 8's a tall ask. You do have outwit, though, so you can take away its defense, but that just kind of feels bad using your own ability to deal with something you gave the character.
Yeah. He's decent.
Yeah.
Decent.
I
think that's kind of how they're dealing with the no heavy reducers, is just giving them a little bit more clicks, couple clicks, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I know there's a player in our local meta who does not want to sit down at the table unless he's got like 7 probs on his team.
I was thinking.
So for shouting out Wade here, fantastic player. But he loves his prob. Against Wade, I will print this bystander out on the best plastic I can just to hand it to that man.
Oh, man. Be punching the air.
I'll
sure.
3D print this man giant size just to hand that to Wade. So in silver, where like you can have a plethora of prob floating around. You can have all kinds of crazy stuff going.
Oh, yeah.
And Xmen teams are already good. There might be a real role here to give your
30 points.
Just a 30-point defensive character passing this safeguard outwit to the person that's going to run up. Like, this is a solid cheap support in a format that can support it.
Oh, yeah.
Sealed,
like good,
not that format.
Good figure. Exactly, yeah.
Take us away to the big man.
We got Cap. We got a team ability that I was hoping was gonna match the update that it received, like Xmen. Oh wow! So starting over.
All right, yeah, you brutalized that, but I'm curious now. You got me locked in. Where are we going?
So this team ability got an update in the Avengers Forever set, and it made it from +1 attack,
+1
from
speed.
+1 speed.
Yeah.
So I was hoping this big X-Men set was going to do that to the X-Men team ability, but sadly it still says
Oh, that's where you're
heal and maybe take a damage. Probably take a damage. So,
Bro, I was
anyways,
so confused.
so he's 030, Avengers Pass Politician Soldier. He has a trait. This uniform sends a message. ESD Leadership. Great. You want that on your cap. Unique modifier. Friendly characters that are adjacent or have the soldier keyword. Modified defense +1. If a friendly character with the soldier keyword is KO in your KO area, modify defense +2 instead. So
That is
wonderful,
crazy good.
wonderful stat mod there, just for KOing a anything with a soldier keyword. So that's easily done now that bystanders have your keywords. So give this man a ring, walk a construct off into the dark, and there you go, +2.
Yeah, I just looked up to see if there was someone that could do that easily. And the Sinestro Corps recruit is a soldier.
Oh, there you go.
And that is
Even
15 points to guarantee that.
Even better. So yeah, he has improved movement through characters, triple target, which is rare to see, 4 range. He's a 8 sidestep, 11 precision, 18 toughness, 3 empower. And then on the later half of his dial, he gets charge and reflexes and close combat expert. So a little bit of an attacker down dial, but this man is worth his points. 50 in sealed is the like he's got empower. He's not doing a ton in sealed leadership, right? But that's probably the 10th figure we've seen with leadership. But in a
ESD in this set's going to be nice, though.
Yeah, for sure. I guess the triple target precision is always great.
Oh yeah,
for sure. But yeah, in a constructed environment where you can really put use to that 2 defense for your soldier team is going to be huge.
Yeah, I'm almost upset that they made this dude decent, because every time I've seen X-Men media that Cap shows up in, he's always a douchebag. Like I hate the characterization of Cap, specifically when it's X-Men related.
Yeah, they always make him yeah.
I would have
great sculpt.
Oh yeah, like this is full chest, like ridiculous inches on this chest and shoulders Cap that you see in Marvel Rivals running around. Like I would have preferred if this one was honestly a bit of a punching bag, just so X-Men can get their get back on Cap. But I'm also happy that he's playable. So soldier keyword is going to be something I haven't looked at a lot, but I'm about to start, because this is very, very abusable to get a team-wide bonus for +2 defense, which is crazy.
There's a lot of soldiers in the set too. All the Wolverines, Cable.
Oh yeah,
that might be usable. The Dino Men have soldiers, so
that's gonna be freaking good, especially with the low attacks floating around the set. Like this is probably gonna be very impactful and sealed. It's just gonna be dialed up to 11 and constructed.
Yeah.
But let me jump to Bishop here. 031A. We've got X-Men team ability, X-Force, X-Men Detective. I love seeing that keyword. Future Police. Trait is Future Knowledge, Probability Control. When Bishop uses it and an opposing character misses all targets, after resolutions, remove an action token from a friendly character with the future or past keywords. That's a really cool shout out. The DC set Masters of Time had a couple different flavors of this exact trait, so I like that we're getting it on some Marvel characters. And it's always been good. There's more prob is never bad. We've got the Charging Up trait, Energy Shield Deflection, /. When Bishop is damaged by an attack, after resolutions you may roll a d6 and increase the result by +1 for each click of damage Bishop took from that attack. If the result is 5 or more, you may replace Bishop with the 031B Bishop on the same click number, then heal Bishop or the character who replaced him 2 clicks. So you do need to roll the 5. And if you replace Bishop, well, you need the result to be 5 or more. And if you replace Bishop, the new one heals. If you don't replace Bishop, or if you just didn't pull him, like in Sealed, this is the only one you got, you still heal this guy 2 clicks, which is really nice. We've got 2 stat lines, 70 and 50 points for 6 clicks and 4 clicks respectively. So a little bit under in terms of our total health. 4 range with 1 bolt, which is kind of weird for Bishop. Usually he's got a bit longer range. Normal speed with 6 speed running shot, 11 attack, energy explosion, 18 defense, combat reflexes, and 3 damage outwit. Keep in mind we have traded ESD, so on the top click that's just straight up 20 defense. And then on the lower point line we start at click 3. We have sidestep for 6, 10 attack pen blast, 17 defense senses, and 2 damage with range combat expert. So a bit of a better attacker at the 50 point line, but much sturdier and harder to kill at the 70 point line. That's a pretty good trade-off. What you thinking?
Yeah, it's cool giving him ESD and reflexes. That's always great to see. He's a 20 no matter how you hit him.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see some of his powers at top dial instead of at 50, but
like the pin blast or like the range combat expert?
Yeah, both.
That's fair.
In Sealed, energy explosion is great, but
yeah, I think in Sealed in this set in particular, energy explosion is going to overperform compared to where it normally is.
Yeah.
And we don't see a lot of reducers, so the pin psi in this environment is much more muted than it would be otherwise.
Do we want to jump to the prime and then go back to the alternate, or?
Yeah, I'll give you the prime. I'll do the alternate if you want.
Just so we know that what we're jumping into here off this guy.
Yeah, I think this prime's crazy.
So the prime gains the PD team ability. All the same keywords. He's 31B. He gets a trait called Supercharged Mutant Battery, ESD. When Bishop or an adjacent friendly character is missed by a range attack, after resolution, heal Bishop 1 click. Double slash, Bishop reduces damage from range attacks to 0. Protected pulse wave. That is wild. No range attack in this guy at all. You miss him, you're healing him.
And this is like the 3rd or 4th character we've gotten from WizKids lately that's like, no, you just can't range attack me.
Reduces to 0.
And this is probably the best version of it.
Yeah, it is pretty slick. Alright, let's see what else he's got. He's got a special attack power called Constant Fight to Stay Alive. Energy Explosion, Pen Blast, great combo. Knockback, but only for ranged attacks. He has no improved targeting, which is tough on your prime. He's 6 range, single target. He's running shot, 8 speed, 12 attack with that damage power, 18 willpower. Yikes. And 4 damage. Oh, I didn't go over his damage power is outwit prop, so Forge Hand-Me-Down Hand is his damage power. So yeah, what gets you excited for this prime?
Sell me on him. Said it. this prime
no range attacks
has willpower and has no reducer, which normally would be a bad thing, but in Modern we have 2 one-shots that'll help keep you alive there. Also, can't even be hit by range attacks, so it really limits the amount of attacks that are coming in at any turn. So the survivability looks frail, but I think he's going to overperform than you would expect. It's going to be a little bit harder for most teams to deal with. But more importantly, is that attack power. Energy Explosion, Pin Psi, and Knockback, but only for range attacks. I'm 100% going to give this cable a destroyer armor. Or, sorry, this bishop. I'm more excited for the prime cable later, but we're on bishop. I'm giving this dude the destroyer armor, and he's going to be able to see over everything, shoot out of adjacency, so you're not going to be able to base him to kind of take this away. And I'm personally of the opinion that energy explosion should always have knockback. So in this case, the main problem of being giant is that other characters can see you. And so you become a really big target for range attackers. In this case, he's already mitigated that downside and gets pure upside from all the improved targeting. So while this may not be the most dangerous prime that you could play, this is a prime that is just going to be good and stand alone and be able to kind of hit above his weight class for a rare prime. Because a lot of rare primes we get really are kind of ignorable or forgettable. This guy is going to be able to pull his weight, and if you're a new player and this is like the first prime you get, bringing multiple support powers on an attacker is awesome. Bringing a fantastic team ability to team player onto that helps him do his job better is great. And this attack power together is incredible.
It's weird that they gave the rare ESD and reflexes, but not the prime.
Yeah. But being able to heal off of friendly characters also being targeted by range attacks is really nice.
What? Oh yeah, Jason. Yeah.
Like he's got just enough going for him that I feel like he's going to be really fun to play and engaging. He's not going to be the top of the meta. Like there's just the prime cable in this set literally is just a better option for like a range attacking prime. But I would not be upset with this dude at all.
So are you playing, if you're playing the prime, are you doing the A switch into the B, or just
Absolutely
you
not.
The B out? Yeah. You're not into the gimmick?
I'm a big fan of if you want to play a character, just play the character. Yeah. My problem with the A side here, or at least the gimmick, is that you have to survive to be able to do the replacement. And this replacement isn't guaranteed. So if you're trying to like do some point cheating and play this bishop at 50 to then hop into the 70 point bishop and heal him up, there's a good chance you're just not going to be able to do it. Because you have to succeed this role and you have to not die to replace yourself. And that's just not guaranteed. But in sealed environment, I'm more than happy playing either one. Honestly, the non-prime version might outperform a little bit in sealed, which is kind of crazy to say. Just because there's not a lot that pin damage is going to do over just outwitting the defense and going for it. Is that crazy to say?
I think I agree.
But 12 attack for 4 damage with outwit prop. That's just so good. I guess I'll hit the alt card real quick. Everything's the same as the A side. We have the same team ability, just the Xmen. New trait, ain't our first time at the Xmen are dead rodeo. I literally made that joke earlier. When another friendly character with the Xmen keyword is KO'd by an opposing effect, after resolutions you may place Bishop anywhere on the map and he has immune until your next turn. Interesting ability. I'm not against it. Second trait, we gotta rescue the Xmen. Probability control. When an opposing character uses probability control to re-roll an opposing character's attack roll, modify the attacker's damage -1 for the attack. That's a little spicy, because that's not limited to once per turn. So if someone has to re-roll the attack more than once, it's just -1, -1.
Way's getting -1. -3s too.
I was gonna say you could definitely take yourself to the point where it's like, do I want to prob this, or am I just not gonna do damage if I do? That's not bad. In fact, I almost wish this alt card had the scientist keyword, because if you paired this ability with that Tony Stark, having scientists reduce damage by 1, there's some teams where you literally just won't be able to damage them anymore. And there's just nothing you can do about it. So this has some potential.
Not a bad Disneyland combo there.
I mean, that like you don't need to see people or nothing. Just if you use prob, -1.
Yeah. Something to note too, there's only 1 prime rare in this set. Usually it's 2.
I think we had 3 in the last set.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 is pretty common.
Alright, let's roll to the Executioner. He's got the Unrolled Team ability, 032. Sentinel, Armor, Assassin, Marksman, Soldier keywords. He has attack power, Absorb this. When Executioner hits a single character with a ranged attack, that character can't use powers until your next turn.
That's not even standard powers. That's just powers.
Unfortunately, we look at the dial and we see that is at the end. So a little bit of manipulation to get there. But if you're able to get there, that is a wonderful power to have. I mean, if he has that top dial, he's just busted. And
freaking make it busted.
Make it busted. Give me the Executioner, man.
That's what assassins need, man. They need something crazy like that to just lock down the game and clean it up.
Can't use powers, man. He has a special damage power called Humanity's Answer to No One. Close combat expert. Leadership when oh man, just leadership on this set.
It's everywhere, man. Everybody's in charge.
Yeah. When Executioner when Executioner uses leadership and succeeds after stumbling, having a hard time. When he succeeds on leadership, generate a friendly character with an expandable goon trait on their 15-point starting line. That's pretty cool. Making goons.
And he's a sentinel, so you can make more sentinels, keep the chain going.
He can shoot from adjacency. He's got 5 range, single target. He's 8 sidestep. They love that sidestep, baby. 12 precision, which is awesome. 18 invuln, and 3 damage with that special close combat expert. And then he gets a couple clicks of flurry in the middle, and then down where you want him at, he get prob, that special attack power, and running shot ESD. So great figure to have your trick arrows on. You just need to find a way to get there.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like, it's not uncommon for Heroclix to take a piece that is, or a character that's designed to be able to do like both close and range attacks, to start on the range attack clicks, and then go down to the close clicks like later in the game. This is a little bit weird because it's the opposite. You're starting with close combat expert and sidestep into flurry, and then you're going into running shot. Yeah. So that is a little bit strange, but he got shoot out of adjacency. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just at least they made it work, you know. Thank goodness.
My brain is immediately like, how can we get down to this? Absorb this. I'm gonna Despero TK him again.
Forth.
Pull. I'm gonna free TK to pull elevated out from under him for the 3rd bit of damage, and then we're running shot again. Like, it's absolute trash, but it's possible. You can do it.
Yeah.
Please don't do that, but you can is the important part.
Pray you don't get hit for 7, you know?
I mean, with the sidestep top dial, this is not a bad range attacker and sealed. I mean, you've got the precision strike, you've got the big 12 attack. Like 3 damage is fantastic. Like, you're obviously not going to be able to create the expendable goons because you just won't have pulled them. But like we've been saying, like, reducers are hard to come by in this set. So that could be really solid.
Indeed. I'll let you move on to Wolverine. I have to tap out to the bathroom here quick.
Yeah, do your thing. We got this and the alternate card, and then I think we'll take a break before we do the high rarity. We've got Wolverine, 033. We've got the Xmen team ability, Alpha Flight, Weapon X, Xmen, Animal, Brute, and Soldier keywords with a special trait called This One's For You Morph. Super Senses, double slash. When Wolverine rolls a single d6, if a friendly character that shares a keyword with him is in your KO area, increase the result of that roll by +1. So no matter how many things are KO'd, you're only getting +1 on it because it doesn't say for each. It's just a blanket check, yes or no. We've got a special speed power that's only available at the high point line. Fancy a trip to the junkyard is what it's called, with charge and flurry. When Wolverine uses flurry, he may instead make 3 attacks, as long as one of them targets a character that is colossal size, a Brotherhood of Mutant, robot, or Sentinel keyword user. That is very, very potent. There's not many characters that can do that. Caveman Wally is one of the few that comes to mind of being able to make 3 attacks when they come up. And so of the 2 point lines, we've got 75 and 40 for 7 clicks and 4 clicks respectively. 75 point line, we have this special speed power for 3 clicks, 8 speed, 12 attack blades, 18 defense, reflexes, and 3 damage battle fury, which is very important for beating things with shape change. And then for the 40 point line, we just have a normal charge at 8 speed, 12 attack, 17 reflexes, and 3 damage again. And then once we take 1 click of damage, we have regen for the rest of the dial and exploit for the rest of the dial. Very classic Wolverine, but I like that we're getting 3 attacks here up top. Yeah, this is another rare that I'd be happy to pull just for straight up damage. Between Wolverine, Nightcrawler, the Uncommon Wolverine, and the Storm. If you see any of those, you're going to be really happy. The Sunspot gets a shout out up there as well. And even the Bishops, a lot of these rare figures are going to be that great damage piece that you're looking for to help carry the team.
This guy's at the top of the list, man. Charge Flurry, Super Senses traded.
Triple attacks, 20 defense from close. This dude's a beast.
This is a great Wolverine, and I'm glad that we got him in the brown and yellow. It's a
classic,
great costume. Yep.
Do you want to hit the alternate card?
Yeah. So we keep all the same keywords, and he gets traded Super Senses Toughness. The bravest always die first. Double slash if Wolverine is adjacent to exactly one opposing character and neither is adjacent to any other characters. Kind of like the Wong from a couple sets ago.
Mm-hmm.
Other characters can't be moved or placed adjacent to either of them, and Wolverine can use Impervious. So traded Impervious Super Senses Toughness is pretty wild. And then his special move power is just Charge Flurry Stealth, which I believe is what Charge Flurry before.
Yeah, Charge Flurry with a 3rd attack potentially
on evil sentinels. So
I will say that the Wong had an additional clause to his that prevented other people from being placed next to you, which I guess this one also has.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Well, at first I thought that the Wong kind of locked it in to where it couldn't be broken. But I think I misread this Wolverine because he also has it. Other characters can't be moved or placed adjacent to either of them. So yeah, it is almost exactly the same. Where once you have that one-on-one set up,
you're letting them battle.
Yeah, you're locked into that fight until Wolverine breaks it.
Yeah. Very cool.
Because the other character for this Wolverine can attempt to break away, which I don't remember if Wong allowed that to happen or not. So it is going to be hard for Wolverine to lock down plasticity pieces that could just kind of back up. But I do like this effect. It's so good. Any last shout out for the CUR of the set? Any standouts for you, Dylan?
I like the obviously the Chase Wolverine. He was awesome.
Menace.
Pog Cyclops. Yeah, there's some cool design for sure. Cool design. Cap's great. Phoenix. Phoenix is pretty cool. What about you?
I like a lot of the alternate cards I think are really cool. I like that there's nothing in the CUR that is just like an auto win piece. Like we don't have a 300-point common or anything crazy like that, which is always better for sealed.
100%.
And I like that we're getting interactions in this lower rarity that are helpful to each other. Like the characters that care about another character, they're there. Like Wolverine has Gambit. Storm has Jean Grey. Jean Grey has ways to get multiple action tokens. Like it's all baked in and designed really cleanly.
Low point figures too, right? So
there's a lot of low point support.
And nothing worse than seeing someone open a Moon Knight rare and you're just like, well, pack it in.
And I do like that the character like Leech here, which is a natural silver bullet type of character. Like if I've got a big power cosmic person that is relying on that to stay alive, Leech does just kind of break that. And he's released here in a set where that doesn't create problems.
Yeah.
Like if you shut off my X-Men team ability, I may have a 5-minute cry in the bathroom and then come back, but I'll still be able to play the game. Like that doesn't break anything, and the worst thing it does is just really messes with the Underworld team abilities, where like if they're trying to carry someone, they might just drop someone behind them because they lose the Underworld. And the characters that are Morlocks that are supposed to be outcasts and like separate, they feel that way. Like Callisto feels a little bit out of place, but Callisto plays within themselves just fine. Like they're a playable character even though they feel different, which that's how Morlocks are supposed to be. So I'm pretty happy with the CUR of the set.
Indeed.
But let's take a little bit of a break here. I'll end this video and then we'll start up again here shortly. And we'll do the higher rarity, which should be fun. And we'll do the one-shots here with the higher rarity. Because these one-shots matter. And they'll be really fun to go over.